I'm live, look at that. Awesome. I'll just shut a few doors so I don't keep the rest of the house up. So hello, how you doing? Who is Garrett? You have also to tell us about him and his new project. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about his new project, and I don't want to look like I'm actually endorsing the guy and what he's doing, because I don't actually know whether it's legitimate or not. That's the problem. I'm actually in the process of setting up this meeting with myself and me and I. So I'm just going to get myself ready and prepare. I've still got a few things I've got to do. And welcome to people who have come along. I'm Danny DeHick, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. And what I'm doing is I'm putting together some information about ShaveZ. Now, ShaveZ tried to do a copyright strike on a video I had on the internet, except YouTube said that I'm allowed to use it because I'm using it as fair use. But through that process, I actually managed to get ShaveZ's real name. And since then, I've tried to record, try to find as much information as I can about some random name, g'day, about him, and I can't find any information about him whatsoever. So what I've done is I've stumbled, thanks for the thumbs up, really appreciate that. I've stumbled across an article that somebody in one of our Telegram groups gave me, talking about how every time they see a new building going up in Dubai, that the Chinese are actually advertising for people to go over to Dubai, and when they get there, they fly them over free of charge. Oops, they fly them over free of charge, and then when they get there, they tell them they have to pay for their flights home, and they confiscate their passport, and basically they're trapped. And this news article that I'm about to sort of go over is talking about people who actually had that happen to them, and then they actually sold those people to someone in Cambodia. And I just thought, well, this might make a good story, because I've found ShaveZ's real name and I can't find any information on him. I've got a video of him, and he's saying that he started his own corporation at 17 or 18 years of age. He used to work for Marble Studios and provide his services to them. And the other thing I had that was quite interesting was he reckoned that people are using AI every day. And because they're using AI every day, he said he's developed it. Now, for someone to have that much success at the age of 27, I think he is, and his name not to be found anywhere on the internet. Now, I've reversed image searched all the images that I've found of him, and I can't find him anywhere. So it led me to thinking that I believe that he may actually be using a fake identity. Now, that might sound a bit far-fetched. However, remember, everyone is collecting KYC details, and this just may actually be what they are doing with the fake information. So what I'm doing with this YouTube live is I'm allowing myself to get warmed up before I start recording a video, and I will have the video recorded and hopefully edited before I go to bed tonight, and then I'll wake up in the morning, I'll upload it, and it'll be the morning's video. Now, some really cool stuff that I have figured out how to do recently is be able to get the chat room on the recording. So I just need to work out some lights. Alrighty, so let's see what I've got. So I've got, who is Garrett? Now, Garrett theoretically was thrown under the bus as the owner of VideoLook, and Garrett left about 3 months prior. Garrett got $5,000 a month for working with VideoLook, and then when VideoLook crashed, Sam Lee tried to throw him under the bus and say he was the owner of it. The funny thing about that is, VideoLook, they claimed the reason they crashed is they had 6,000 fake users. The fake users basically crashed the system and they ran out of money. Garrett got paid $45,000 for his downline referral fees, and he also got, what did he get? He get his download referral fees, and he also got $10,000 on top of that, $55,000 for his wages that he was getting paid, $5,000 a month. So this is what he told me, and you can go back through my videos, you can listen to Garrett telling me all about that. But that happened after the system had already failed and after they said they lost all their money. So obviously there's a fail-safe system on the software that if more money goes out, this is what Garrett said, goes out then goes in a 7-day period, it locks down. So when they reopened VideoLook 2, that was a week after Conrad had left VideoLook. Now, Conrad is meant to be a legitimate businessman, but since I've done that video, I've heard so many people saying he's a slimy snake. So I don't know. So I'm fishing for information all the time. So I challenge anyone in this live chat here, if you've got any way of finding out any information about ShaveZ, I'm actually going to give you, I'm just going to bring up the live chat in the window, and I'm going to paste in the window. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste ShaveZ's full name in the window. Well, it's actually in the title anyway, I've just realized. And if you can go away searching and see if you can find any information to it, post it in the chat window and we'll have a look. Now, I'm just going to finish setting myself up here before I start recording. Make sure I look decent. Get the microphone in stock. Right, and now I'm going to play around with the chat room and see if I can get the chat room in the window. 1 minute, please, caller. So there'll be a few things I do. Yeah, there's the name. Right, so let's see what we've got. So I need to go iPhone. I need to go properties. I need to select the... oh, does that not work? iPad. I think I need to do something clever. I'll be back in a second if you lose me. It's not that I don't love you. Clever stuff. I'll just restart OBS. Ah, it is working, and I just shut it down. Oh, that's stupid, isn't it? Goodness me. Sorry, kids. Okay, so I have Telegram open. If you want to join my Telegram group, go to the top of YouTube, and you'll see I have my Telegram group open there, and you're more than welcome to join it. The address is at the top, and last person to join was somebody. Right, so that's good. And I've got, make sure my hands, oh great, everything's working. That is a miracle. Okay, so my secondary camera is going to be recorded in the shot, and so are your messages. I can turn that off and on. We're looking pretty slick. And all actions are go. Now let's get this microphone just out of dock. That's good. Right, now what I am waiting for, I've got to wait. I've got a video that I'm rendering, which I want to use in this, which will give me some time. It's 20%, 27% done, which give me some time to set up this stuff. So I'm going to be here probably for the next 4 hours. So don't feel you have to stay around for all of it. But I'm just sort of getting myself in order. And obviously I want to test a lot of things before I start recording. So I've got 2 pictures of ShaveZ, which you can't see. I've got my Dubai copy couple. Just make sure I can read that. Systems are going. Come on, you can do it. And you can obviously hear me okay in the window. Seeing this isn't working, so that's why we do.
In Dubai, Chinese industrial scale scam mills are thriving. Scam operators built an empire in Southeast Asia through forced labor and human trafficking. A Vice News investigation now confirms their creep to the UAE.
Right. So that figures out that's the article. Now I want to find the video of ShaveZ talking. So what I want to do is I want to prove, so these claims that ShaveZ has made, he's the tech guy, are pretty kind of eye-watering. And there's a video, if you go back to Tech Guy ShaveZ first leadership training meeting, and that's the one I think I'm going to be able to use as the one where he tells that he's who he is, and then we can listen to who he says he is. So here he is here. This is the first part. And nothing. Okay, let's try that again.
The whole...
Okay, so ShaveZ introduced himself.
Of course, without...
And here he is, modestly telling us about himself.
17, and the whole tech world was unknown to me.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Worked in a supermarket.
And that curiosity
until the age of 17.
took me all over the place. I started exploring different segments in the tech. I started with
Wowza.
very small.
He started very small. It's very small. I think what happens is they have Scammer School, and Sam graduated and he ran this for a while, and then ShaveZ has been going to Scammer School, and now this is his first big moment in Scammerland.
Like a freelancer.
Like a
And
freelancer.
I was not even 18.
Oh, is Mr.
And
Yenap is up to 18?
there were challenges.
All right,
I
nearly
had to
there.
use
What have we
some
got?
of my friends to register a corporation to receive money. That was my challenge when I started.
So I'm trying to figure out
corporation
his
at
age.
18.
So
That's incredible, mate.
So does anyone know his age? Like, how old is ShaveZ? Does anyone know that? Let's see what we've got here. I'll just finish up a few things here. So let's see if I can find the view, fit, and then reset to 100%. So yeah, so what do we know about ShaveZ? We know nothing. We did have his date of birth somewhere. I thought I had that information. I might have it in my notes. ShaveZ. Why do I not have his age? I thought I knew ShaveZ's age. I'm pretty sure he's 27. Let's see if I put it in here. What age? Corporation. ShaveZ's boy. Real badasses. Worked at the thing. I'm pretty sure he's 17 years of age. Why do I not know his age? That's unusual. All right. So I've got that looking good. ShaveZ is good. I'm looking good. And I'm still waiting for my video to render. 36%. So it's going up. It's getting there. So I've got to think about what I'm actually doing here. Very boring. But I am actually going to do a video, obviously, about ShaveZ. And I am going down the track of... Oh, that's right. My mate did send me a link. A link to... Reddit. So the article I'm going to have a look at, which I think is really, really cool, is going to be in the chat box in a second. And so that's the article I'm going to go over. And oh, dearie me. So that's the article I'm going. All right, so that's the article I'm going to go over. And then also a friend of mine said there was another snippet of it in a Reddit forum, and I haven't even looked at that yet. But I'm trying to figure out his age is what I'm trying to figure out. And then if I can figure that out, we will be laughing. But in the meantime, I can't remember what it was. So I've got his phone number and I've got his email address. So that's the other article. And ShaveZ's phone number, his WhatsApp address is this. That. And his phone number is this. That. And I'm just going to put that into a Telegram group. And Avengers, Crypto, Spawn of Eden Avenger, Stable Deo. I'll make sure I've got the screen on. Screen on. Mute mic. Focus. We're on recording mode. That will stop people ringing me. How much have we got of this to go yet? 40%. Come on, man. I've got another 60% to go yet. Right, I want to find out his age. How am I going to find ShaveZ's age? I'm sure I had that written down somewhere. Let's do a search. That would be just simple, wouldn't it? ShaveZ's We Are All Satoshi age. Tech guy, ShaveZ's. age community. Actually, that's another good thing, isn't it? ShaveZ, and we are, what are they called? Behind MLM. Sam Lee. Oh, he's got his name there. Oh, I wonder if he did that today, 7 days ago. Oh, he's good. Old Behind MLM. He races the information out. Brilliant. So 7 days ago, they said his name is as per hour. So this is what they say.
Sam Lee's VideoLook reboot has collapsed. Withdrawals were disabled on August 29th. Instead of fronting investors himself, Lee left it up to partner in crime ShaveZ NY to come up with an explanation. As per NY in an August 30th webinar, Lee's VideoLook reboot collapsed due to draining of the marketing fund.
Yes, draining of the marketing fund. I mean, really, guys, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone saying. They're going to do a third reboot. This is what they're saying. Anwar. Is his name Anwar? ShaveZ is Anwar. Oh, this is interesting. So let's have a listen to this.
Spoiler, it's all the same shit. VideoLook equals WAS and both have collapsed. ShaveZ NY ran the Ponzi with Lee until he decided to cut Lee out and pocket newly invested funds. Out of all the dumb things I've had to sit through today, perhaps the dumbest was NY trying to convince people they hadn't lost money. One guy who wasn't high on bullshit actually challenged him. And while it slipped that nobody had lost money, but if you let people access the reserve fund they'd only receive 30% of what they invested. 70% down isn't a loss. Ponzi math lol. If VideoLook and WAS hadn't collapsed, NY would release invested funds and let people do with the money what they want. He won't though, because it doesn't exist. Math is math. NY of course isn't working alone. There's his Indian friend MR, Satoshi, who sounds a bit like Ankar Agarwal. Not 100% on that, could just as well be some other Indian scammer. Whoever it is, NY is hiding his identity for a reason.
All right, interesting enough. Anwar is what they, is what they called him on. This is interesting, man. Boy, I've just searched for. I'm going to put this name so you guys in the live chat can see it. But on this name here is the name that behind Oz from Behind MLM has actually got down for him. And then when you search for him, I have actually found some information on him on his LinkedIn. So I'm just seeing if it's the same guy. And I'm just reading your comments.
Some random name. People work full-time hours for 3K a month.
3K a month. Yeah, I heard 2K from Garrett, actually. And that includes accommodation and food. So it would be funny. Spoiler. So great stuff, Oz. Yeah, VideoLook collapsed. I'm just going to listen to some of this because this is Oz's reply to people who have come in here and posted messages.
This must be your first time joining a Sam Lee Ponzi. Trust me, they have all collapsed. WAS is not different, only the VIPS. From the many previous iterations of Hyperfund Capitalverse, etc., and up. We're first to start recruiting in WAS as well as simultaneously promoting VideoLook. So that's where the money is going, to the top tier. WAS will collapse, just look at who is involved. You and many others will be holding useless bags, or tokens will be stuck on the platform again. It's the same thing all the time with these people. Unless you are one of them, but you don't seem to be. So if you have invested your own funds in the ones which is still going, and you have not yet recruited any victims, then it would be in your own best interest to get your funds off of the platform. As soon as you can, whatever you can do. That which is not locked up yet forever.
Right. So I found this other guy called ShaveZ on LinkedIn, and he's called ShaveZ Anwar, and he's an Indian, and his photo looks nothing like ShaveZ. So I don't think it's the same guy, even though interesting that. But he does live in United Emirates, and November the 17th of his birthday. So if that adds up to something later on. We may come back to that. The Instagram account I found had nothing to do with it. Contact info, that has nothing to do with it. And that has nothing to do with it. So I'm just going through some information. I'm just reading Oz's article. Upboard, interesting. And I'm just trying to find somebody. I'm trying to basically find any information I can on ShaveZ. I love the new puppet show, Mr. Satoshi. Yeah, I know. What is it with that? Japanese man with an Indian accent. Hilarious. It could be Mr. H, couldn't it? It could be Mr. H when you think about it. It's just absolutely... I mean, how many people are going to actually believe that? I think I've just stuffed my screen up. I have, haven't I? I've just done something silly, Danny. I've moved my screen. All right, I'll just leave that there. I think my screen's about to fall over now. Okay, so I need to check out this file that I'm waiting to render before I start, and it is now 54%. We're over halfway. Isn't that good? Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the Mr. H's thing. If you followed Hyperverse and watched Mr. H, it was just absolutely ridiculous, wasn't it? So, yeah, absolutely crap. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'll put that there. And wasn't Mr. Satoshi the guy that started crypto? So wouldn't it be sort of like really weird for Mr. Satoshi to first of all come out of hiding and then give guidance to people that theoretically trying to start up a coin that's in rival to what he started up? Is that what he's meant to be? I forget. It's just so stupidly complicated now that I'm too scared to ask people. Okay, here we go. What did you say? None of these poor suckers know Satoshi. Oh, I can't even say that. Nakamoto. Is he the inventor of the... I think that's who he's meant to be. So the fact that they're actually using this is just absolutely stupid, isn't it? It just gets dumber, and it really does tell you the caliber of people that actually buy into this. No offense to anyone here that might have thought it was real and genuine once, but it does actually amaze me that they got to that point. So what I really want to do is what I want to do is I want to cause disruption. So what I'm actually doing is I try to get my information correct as I can, but the honest truth of it is I can't always do it. But I believe that ShaveZ is using a fake identity. He could actually have been kidnapped by aliens, and he could be trapped in Dubai, forced to run scams. He may not even have a passport to be able to get out of Dubai. And if that's the case, then that's really interesting, isn't it? Because if that's the case, then the article that I'm going to go through that I've put in here is actually probably right up his alley. Now, I did hear that Garrett was talking about Vivek, and I've got to somehow remember Vivek's name while I'm doing this. So Vivek, Gareth said, let's have a listen to this while we're waiting so I can get my brain in the right order for recording. What have we got? Leadership things. Yeah, so I want to go through and listen to Garrett's recording again. Right, so I've got recording going with me. Random. I know, he wrote, I know of two groups that have claimed to start it, him and Dog. I don't even know who they are. I'm just going to read that, make it easy for everyone.
I know of two groups that have claimed to start it, him and the Bognac twins.
Bognac twins? Oh, I've got to look them up. Who are they? I'll open up another tab. I'm going to have too many tabs going here in a minute. Bognac to... Oh, right. Bog twins. Oh, right. I've never heard of these guys. So they have something to do with them as well. They look like YouTubers, do they? Interesting. All right, so we've got articles about... and what did we think about Tammy Jackson? 61%. We're getting there, kids. I have to wait for another 39% before I can actually start, but I will be ready to rock and roll. And I've got to work on my introduction, to be honest. Now, what else did I need out of this... out of the We Are All Satoshi group thing first. That's right. I wanted the one with him sitting at the table. Because it is starting, like a lot of the imagery that I'm seeing coming through is actually starting to look like it's a cult. And I have a big phobia about cults. And I actually think it would be worthwhile me actually bringing that up. So I'm going to grab a couple of, and I'm not, what I'm getting at is I don't see why they have to have these icons of people literally looking like, and they've got things like logos telling people to hurry and get involved, get a discount. I mean, why is all the pressure put onto people? And they've got countdowns now. I notice they've got pictures that look like the Lord's evening meal. I just need one more image. I know the image I'm thinking of. That's where he's sitting there at a table. I wish I could show you guys. I'll show you my recording studio in a minute so you can see what I'm actually doing, and then I can explain what I'm trying to accomplish by doing these videos. I'll take my camera off. I still can't. I'm going through Telegram groups. Oh, that's an easy way of doing it then. What do I think of that? Click on there and go through. Where is the one where he's sitting there? Ah, there it is. All right, that's good. I knew I'd find it somewhere. Just had to look. Whoops. I do love that way they make these guys look. Oh, can't I just download things simply? All right, downloaded. Go to downloads. Where's my downloads? Oh, there they are. Right, so I'm going to make these easier on myself. Sorry, I'm waffling. I'm trying to multitask and keep you guys entertained at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Do you like the way I count? I tell you I'm special needs if you do that, which I don't mind. All right, training. And the last one is here. Right. Volt Horizon, Contonians. Oh my goodness. It's just absolutely amazing what this stuff is. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up, could you really? Anyone got any questions? 2 groups. No, that's cool. Right, we're getting there. What are we up to? 64%. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, guys. I should have rendered it beforehand. I actually pre-programmed this thinking I might get more people in the live if I pre-programmed the live, and then I went and picked up my partner's boy from dancing. And then the rest is history. So let's go into there. What's that there do? App. Oh, you can download the app. That's quite cool. Cancel that. I've never heard of vice.com before, but I assume that's quite a big paper. But the article that they've got is brilliant. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to find Garrett's recording, and I want to listen to a bit of that. We can listen to that beforehand, get us warmed up, because some of the things Garrett said was quite interesting about the company. Dubai, Chinese state. I got interested in the company here in Dubai. I'm just going to listen to the guy that...
I got interviewed on a company here in Dubai, Silicon Oasis, and shit's fucked up. There are many Chinese and Africans in that place smoking outside, and some smoking inside the office. Mayo 12 hours duty and 1 day off per month, not per week, and the salary is low 3k monthly, if I'm not mistaken. The visa is Visit Visa, and every time it's about to expire you need to renew exit it using your salary, Mayo. And they will even hold your passport so you will not go AWOL, as they said.
Wow, that's cool. Interesting. Now, this is some of the points that I need to make sure I don't forget. So I've got some notes here. And obviously, the purpose of this video, when you're doing these videos, you got to say the purpose of the video is to actually figure out who is ShaveZ. And I can't even say his name, but let's have a listen to see if the computer can get into my brain.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
Right, so let's assume that he isn't actually meant to be. Let's assume that he's been abducted by Chinese, and let's assume that good documentary. Oh, cool. Let's assume that he has been held captive by a Chinese scam company and is running We Are All Satoshi. So let's talk about the visas first. Now, I'm under the impression that when you first turn up in Dubai, you get a 3-month visa. 3-month visa. Okay, and then you have one time when you can actually renew it for 2 more months. And then after that, you need to go out to a city, which I can't remember the name of, and get it stamped. And then you need to do that each month. Right. So that's so if you don't have a passport, I assume you can't get a visa. And if you can't have a visa, you don't want to get hauled up by the police. So you'd be keeping a low profile. Good stuff. All right. So we've got Reddit ready. We've got that ready. And we've got 68%. Oh my God, 32%. YouTube channel. Now what I need to do is find that video of Garrett. I'm going to play that. And we're going to listen to what Garrett actually said, because that was interesting. 4,700 views. Isn't that pretty cool?
He's obviously running out of money, and he's doing these cash grabs to get money.
All right. So let's just go back to the start here. Or near start. Sam paid him out, and that was his saving grace. Because Sam claimed he wasn't the owner of VideoLook. However, when Garrett testing 1, 2, 3 out, and just testing my mic levels to see if they come through nice and clearly, all the funds were being paid into, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, showed. We've got screenshots which we'll go through testing, and it shows that Sam Lee had total control of VideoLook, and obviously, why would he pay Garrett? Sorry, mate, keep getting your name wrong. Out. If he wasn't the owner of the business. So it exposes Sam Lee 100%. He wanted to be interviewed by me, and this was my introduction, and now we're going to meet Garrett, and he's going to tell us a lot of the questions that you guys may want to know. For example, am I ever going to get my money back? What about VAV? What was that all about? That was a platform where if you put your money in, speed myself shake it all about, you could take your... Oh, hold on. Why don't I use my timestamps? So I just want you guys to listen to it. I think Garrett is a really nice person. Did you know I go through this much drama every time I want to do a recording? Yes, $45,000 monthly salary, the downline of VideoLook. Evidence, consistent job.
Well, I already released evidence that... Well, some evidence. Him and I had an employment contract where I was basically a consultant for him. I've got the contract. I've got a picture of him holding the contract with me in the picture.
Yeah.
I don't have the original contract. I can't find the hard copy. But I have pictures of the contract, and it's very hard to read, but you can still read it if you really wanted to. It's got his signature, my signature, me basically stating that I'm a third-party consultant to help him with business development, and then of course my $5,000 a month salary, which is pretty small considering he's probably made millions of dollars off of VideoLook.
You put your whole reputation out there and everything like that for $5,000 a month.
Yeah, pretty much. But I also had a downline because I was promoting as well. I had a downline. I made some okay money off of VideoLook, enough to survive for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I kind of took my time to let the community know that I had actually quit. There was some things I told him that I was resigning, and he told me that well, I'm not corporate, so you can't resign to me.
Mate,
and if I'm owner of VideoLook, then who am I going to resign to? Myself?
Yeah.
Send myself a resignation letter. So I let the community know about it's been almost 2 months now that I resigned.
Yeah.
Sam is still saying that I'm the owner of VideoLook. So
what
back in April,
the CEO guy, what's his role?
Conrad, he was so Conrad's a good guy.
I don't think he is.
He basically came on board to he's got connections with a lot of other real passive income businesses. He actually owns a company called Get My Slice, and Get My Slice basically takes customer data or data from people and and they basically consent to letting him like sell it to like
27%
companies
to
that are
go.
looking to sell products and all kinds of stuff. It's real. So he has a few other businesses that he knows the owners of that do something similar, but with other things, completely legit. And what he wanted to do is he wanted to help integrate some of those things into the VideoLook platform to help prove the concept and to help pay out the reward structure. Sam never actually wanted any of that to be done. So when I quit, I told Conrad, look, man, I don't think that this is good for you to be around. He's like, well, I need to try to see it through and see if I can change Sam. Well,
Really?
obviously that didn't happen. And then he quit about three weeks ago.
Right, article.
So
no, I figured. I watch you guys like a hawk, you know, and I just felt that something was. Does anyone know Chavez's birthday? Well, straight away with you, because I did a video of you doing that walkthrough about 5 months ago, showing that you had like 400. Well, you said you had like 450 staff that worked for VideoLook, and then you walked into Sam's office, which he's been claiming as his own. I thought you're all working out of the same building.
Yeah, those 450 employees work on VideoLook, but they work on tons of other projects as well.
Yeah.
So not all of them worked on VideoLook, but they're all part of the same umbrella that owns VideoLook.
And you see my latest video with him walking through the.
I'm actually. I started watching the video, then I thought I'd just give you a call because I'm like, it's just been a crazy few days, but just to kind of like clear things, right? When beta closed, I had about $45,000 locked up in VDL. That I had basically earned from my downline, that I'd been just, saving there. And I basically got Sam to pay me out that $45,000. Actually, it was $45,000 plus a $10,000 salary because he hadn't paid me in three or 4 months.
Naughty Sam. 25%.
So he ended up sending me the money. You know where he sent it from? He sent it from the main VideoLook wallet where all the money's going into from users.
Wow.
So that, and he's saying that he doesn't have control over the wallet and isn't the owner. Well, why would Sam need to pay me my salary if I'm the owner? And why is it coming from the main VideoLook wallet?
Yeah. And he's
so
obviously
I basically compiled the report.
Because the last 10 days, I reckon, with the two schemes, the VAV thing, he's obviously running out of money and he's doing these cash grabs to get money in.
Yep, exactly. And he's insane. The guy is just textbook insane. He's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah. No, I picked up on that part of it because it just doesn't make sense. And also the people will seem to follow him no matter what he says by the look of it. But obviously he's losing numbers left, right, and centre because people are onto him now. So now it's be out of desperation. And I'm sort of thinking, where's he going to go after Dubai?
He can't leave Dubai. He's got a travel ban because he owes my old business partner 1.8 million dirham, which is about actually it's 2 checks that that they cashed that he wrote bad to them for 1.8 million dirham each, which is about 1.2 million USD.
Yeah.
And I've got the proof that he's got 2 legal cases against him because my friend, my old business partner, who's a legit guy too, he sent me, or his lawyer contacted me and sent me the screenshots of the 2 cases that are against him.
I'm way in deep with this, mate. Do you think it's possible that he reckons, because he was chatting to me in the VideoLook group the other day for 3.5 hours, and we talked about. I said, why don't you go back to Australia? I'll pay for your flights. And he goes, oh no, I've been talking to the liquidators. I said, no, you haven't. I said, you're trapped in Dubai, mate. And he goes, no, I've travelled back about a year ago. And I said, no, I don't think you did, because he'll get locked up, and as soon as he goes to Australia, he's done.
He's done.
Yeah, but what about do you think it's possible that he would try to travel out of Dubai, or do you think he knows he's toast if he stays there?
I don't think that he can. I'm pretty sure he has a travel ban.
And when you say a travel ban, who's enforcing it? Alrighty, let's see what we got. Right, I
The
think we've
Dubai
just got
government, the
there.
police.
80%, 20%
Oh,
more, and we can
because
start
he's,
recording the video.
owes them
Hope
money.
you're enjoying
Or
Gareth's
owes somebody-
stories.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't leave the country if you owe any debts
Wow.
or have a criminal case pending.
Wow. And how did you get into this stuff, mate, originally?
So I created my own NFT gaming platform back in 2020,
Yep.
and the guy that I started it with, he's friends with this guy Ed, who lived in the U.S. And they both moved out here to work with Sam on some projects. Ed had known Sam for about 4 years prior. When the whole NFT market collapsed, we ran out of funding. So my business partner said, "Hey, come out here. We're going to raise some money." So originally, back last May, I came out here for 3 weeks to see if I could raise some money with my business partner.
Yep.
And of course, that it didn't work. And then they were staying at a really nice 4-bedroom penthouse in downtown Dubai, where they were basically creating scam tokens and stuff like that, and doing all kinds of weird stuff. And I started seeing what they were doing, and huge red flag. And then they had a falling out with my business partner and that guy Ed. So they all moved out. Of course, I had to move out too. And I decided, hey, Dubai is actually a pretty cool place. There's a lot of good people out here. If you can sort through the the scams.
Yeah.
But I was kind of in a desperate situation, and Sam's like, well, I can bring you on board and pay you a salary, and you can help me with 1 or 2 projects that I'm starting that I didn't know were also not really legitimate until VideoLook started, and I just came on as just a glorified spokesperson, I guess you could say.
Whereabouts are you from, mate?
I'm from California.
Right, and you can go back home and you're free to do whatever you like.
Yeah, but I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But I've kind of started to build a life out here. I've got an amazing woman in my life, and I'm working on some legitimate things right now with some good people. One of them is completely not even crypto related.
Good on you. It's a hard world, that one, at the moment. I think, it's just. I just sort of think
When people tell me they're working on new projects.
I think, he's going to tell the whole. I've got a feeling, if he hasn't already, well, it sounds like he has, but he's obviously going to throw you totally under the bus and say you stole all the money and you're the reason that VideoLook fell over. It's not rocket science, And he's already insinuated. You've heard stuff like that already, have you?
Yeah, and that's when I put out that report proving to him that he controls the wallets.
15%.
And I put it in his little what is it? High Tea with Sam Lee little group.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone in there is basically just a Sam fanboy. So immediately they were just trying to poke holes against it. But some people are like, holy shit, Sam really did take the money. And then he starts sending video after video, trying to calmly confront me. And then he says, oh, I don't own.
Okay. Do you want me to show you my office? Last time I did this, I've got that the microphone controls the phone. So here we go. This is what my recording studio looks like. So first of all, I have a bedroom in the house, which we put the 2 kids in bunks and kick them out, and I've got a bedroom, right? So how we get all this going, it's quite interesting. So this is, that is a light, and that is another light. And if you, oops, I'll try to use my mic. Okay, so that's a light, and that's another light. And the purpose of those lights is they light up my green screen. And that means that I can literally have anything behind me and I can change it. Problems I have with the light, see I've got green on my glasses. It bleeds through and it's really difficult. So when you watch my videos, you'll probably notice that I have a green tinge in my hair. And that's because of the green background reflecting into my hair. Can't do much about that. So this is my recording device. And this represents each microphone. So I only have 1 microphone, but I can plug 8 tracks in here at the same time. And this here is the video that you are listening to And this is why I feed this into my cell phone. And that was not easy to do. But when you're looking at myself on, hopefully you'll see that. Maybe the other way. No, I'm going that way. Anyway, you'll see that there's a little wee, I might have to do it like this. There's a little wee box. I'm not even doing it right. I don't know why that camera's so far off the, oh, it's all reversed. Anyway, there's a box. And in that box, your chat screen turns up when I'm videoing. And I use a thing here. Danny, that's me. That's my workshop mode. And that's putting you guys on the screen and double screen. So literally, if you're looking at my screen, I don't know why the camera's playing up. I'm trying to figure out where the camera is. There. If you look at my screen, I can literally click a button and just change different scenes. So I can go to double screen, all sorts of screens, just by clicking the different buttons. And then I hit record and I hit pause if I have to, but normally I just keep it recording and edit it later. And then I've got a laptop over here to the side, and that basically enables me to see all the chats that come in at the same time. And then I have an iPad down the bottom, which enables me to be able to chat. Stream Deck, yeah, they're pretty good. But I love my Stream Deck. I didn't actually buy it. My mate bought it, and now I've got it because he didn't want it cluttering up his desk. The other one is Pixel. He's under the desk normally. He keeps an eye on Dad. He likes recording. Say hi to everyone, Pixel. Say hi. Say hello. There you go. Hello. Yeah. That's where you hide out, isn't it? So Pickles is, I think, 17 months old maybe now. Now the clicker is, if you go like that, it puts a spike in the sound file when I'm editing. And as long as I can see that finger going in, then I can line up my voice exactly right. Because I'm using a camera up here, oh, sorry Pix, a camera up here, which is a Sony 6400 with a prime lens, it records differently to the sound that's recorded on the device, so it's real complicated. That's about it really. And I've also got an electric desk, which is quite handy. And also got lots of cables under here that you can't see. That's my recording studio. So what I love most about my recording studio is this microphone. It's what you call a BB Audio 40. I think it's called a BB 40 Audio Technica. And I've got two of them. And I was originally got into podcasting because I was trying to record a room full of people talking. And I used to run a think tank meeting, and we used to go there for an hour on a Friday morning, and it used to be part of my business networking. At the end of the week, all the business groups that I had could get together and would record a group podcast. And what I was trying to do was get two of these microphones and another setup, which I just sold yesterday, and record a group podcast. But it was so hard to get it all perfect that I finished up giving up on it because just recording in an empty room was impossible. So in the meantime, I rang up a guy and said, send me two really good dynamic microphones. So if you're a musician and you're playing a guitar, you want to have a condenser mic, I think it's called. And that's what I started out with. And now I've got a dynamic microphone. And a dynamic microphone is good because I can click over here and you don't pick it up. With a condenser microphone, if somebody had a spoon and they were stirring a coffee, it would home in on that sound. So it was really, really interesting. I learned a lot. But in the meantime, I set up a studio. And here I am now doing... so I had a guy by the name of Kent Berryman, and he tried to sell me into Hyperverse. And then I told him he was an idiot. He told me that he was a successful businessman and I didn't know what I was talking about. I went, okay. So long story short, I did a video and it got a bit of traction, and then I've done about 400 videos since. So I've just about got myself ready. I'm going to put Gareth back on. I'm not recording yet, haven't started, but I'm going to do a video all about ShaveZ. I found his real name. He tried to get one of my videos removed off the internet with a copyright strike, and YouTube come back and told him that I'm allowed to use the video. But to put a complaint in, you have to actually give your full name, your email address, your company name, and that's how I figured out his real name. But since I've been searching for information on him, I haven't been able to find anything, and I'm thinking that's really strange. So I've even done reverse image lookups on the images that he's got, and there's nothing. So this video is all about me doing a call out to everyone, trying to find as much information about ShaveZ as we can. And the interesting part about it, I found this article about how people can, how they can basically apply for jobs in Dubai, and when they get over there, they have their passports confiscated, and then they won't give them their passports back until they won't give their passport back until they've paid back the debt. And then this article was talking about how people were actually being sold to Cambodians, which is really, really strange. So it's pretty wicked, really. With the basic, what is that? I'm just reading the comments. John W. Is John? Are you John that I know from the UK? The one and only. Haha. Yeah, avoid Dubai like the plague. Yeah, it must be John, is it? My old New Zealander who went over to, if it's the John I'm thinking of, he went to the UK in 2000, was getting paid £63 an hour to help decode stuff before the 2000 happened and everyone's toasters were going to stop working. And then he's been over there ever since. But you're still going to come back here one day. Is that the same John or is it a different John? I'm just took my glasses off, I can't read now. I'm not the same John. I mean, there's two Johns in the world? How dare they? All right, let's see how far we are down the track. We are, is it done? Oh, we might have done it. Oh, no, did that mean it crashed? Because that happened pretty quick. Well, let's have a look and see what we've got. 1 minute, please, caller. We need to test this now. I have a feeling that we crashed the recording. The reason I have to snippets, wish me luck. Snippets, might have done it. Let's have a listen.
Give me so you can answer my questions directly.
Oh, brilliant. It's happened. It's good. All right, we're away. Let's start this show. I don't quite know how to start the intro today. Looking for a bit of inspiration, really. I might start it a few times. So this is me recording, how did we say? This is me recording live. Recording live a video that I'm going to upload and have uploaded in the next probably 12, maybe 16 hours. So I did have some questions we wanted to mention. I just thought of some things and it's gone straight at my mind now. So a visa, ShaveZ could be trapped over there. We don't know his family. A cry for help. So this is a cry for help. If you recognize ShaveZ and you know him, then please reach out to me so we can help this guy get out of Dubai. I'm just doing some shit if you haven't noticed, but I'm going to allege in this video that ShaveZ is actually held captive by Dubaians, by Dubai, and he's working for the Chinese and the Chinese mafia. Now, I'm probably going to never be able to go to Dubai in my life, which is a bit of a shame because I want to go there. So that's what I'm going to allege. All right, I think there's no excuse not to start now, so I'll just go through, make sure that it's seamless. Garrett, you're gone. No offense to you, mate. I'm just taking that video off. You can't see it. I want to find out his birthday if I can. Let's see what we've got. My hobbies are WordPress, tech, and RV. Oh, good on you, mate. Yeah, no, I've used WordPress. If you go to heck.com, you'll see I use WordPress quite extensively. No one poor soul asking the right. This is why I don't read stuff. I need to say, let's have a look if I can get that. No one poor soul asks the right questions in these Zoom meetings. No one poor soul. I'm dyslexic. If you don't spell it right, I'm never going to have a shit show in hell at reading it, which is a bit of a laugh, really. Now, I am going to try something different here. I just need to test. I want to see if I can actually bring up my live, and then I can use the chat screen, use the chat box. So that's me talking to myself. Use the chat box. Right, so I'm on pause here, and now I want to chat something. I want to go, hello, test. And now I want to do, even though I've got it on pause, it still works. Okay, so that will cool, because I'm limited to the computer using too much resources. So now what I need to do, I'm nearly at the point where I'm going to start, is I need to think of an introduction. I need to do my clicker. and then we'll get into it. I need to do something else, so I just thought of that. A pause. Oh, I need to do a test recording. That's what I need to do. Okay, so let's do a test recording. Testing. This is Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We're away laughing and lots of caterpillars. Right, so now I need to listen to that back and see whether I'm jumpy. Test recording. Testing. This is Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We're away laughing and lots of caterpillars. Oh, we are. Right, we've got no excuses not to start now, so let's get into it. I want to get that microphone a little bit more out of shock. Right, that's that. Right, here we go. Where do we stop? No one knows. We're going to go back to the main screen. We're going to go here. We're going to get rid of me. ShaveZ. Am I saying that right? I hope so. Hello, test. Right, right. So ShaveZ, Danny, the Heck. There he is. Danny. My shirt looks green today. I might just do that. Like that. Why is that looking so there? It just keeps. Hi, Danny the Heck. All right, hello. How you doing, ShaveZ? Oh, how did we say his name?
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui. I'm not going to say that. ShaveZ. A victim. Okay, so let's start rolling. We're rolling. We're live. Camera. Action. ShaveZ. Is he a victim? Or a scammer? I said that wrong. I'm going to start this again. I only do the introduction once or twice, but here we go. We'll get into it. First of all, starting again. Oh, I'll have a drink this time. Bit of a drink. ShaveZ. Is he a victim or is he a scammer? Today, someone sent me an article in the Vice newspaper. And in this article, it told us a grim story about people who may have applied for a job in Dubai, received air tickets to go all the way over there. And when they turned up there, the company that employed them took their passports from them and told them that they had to work to pay back the flights, the cost of the flights for them to get over to Dubai. There's a whole story. Now I want to go through this because I have a sneaky suspicion that ShaveZ is not ShaveZ's real name. Now just the other day, I did a video and ShaveZ decided to do a copyright takedown request to YouTube. And YouTube come back to me and said, we like what you are doing, Danny. You are an awesome fella. We're not worried about it because you're using that video as fair use, which means that I can play their videos and talk over them. As long as I'm not claiming that I own the video and using it for any profit or gain, I'm all good. So ShaveZ, you didn't get your video removed. I'm sorry about that. Now, I have actually had my videos removed from other YouTubers' channels before. And when I do it, it's not simply click. You have to give them a lot of information. So what I got from that request was ShaveZ's full name. I also got the company that actually owns the YouTube channel that We Are Satoshi is putting their videos up on. I also got the email address. And since then, I've done a bit of a deep dive on who is ShaveZ. So if you just have a quick look at the background here, I've said Dubai's dark secrets, thriving Chinese-run scam empire. Who is ShaveZ? I'm not even going to try to say his name, but I've got my computer here and it's going to read it because it's a really nice name.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
And then it says forced labor and human trafficking. Now, the article that I'm going to read with you is all about people who have had that happen to them. And it's even got photos of they've taken out the windows of these buildings that they're trapped in and they have had their passports removed. The other interesting thing is I can't find this guy anywhere. Now I've got his real name. It's like he doesn't exist. Burpees. Right, now think about this. Sam Lee has been asking people to give KYC details. And he's been collecting your passport, your driver's license, your home address, your tax number, your first name, your last name, your pets' names, your middle names, your phone numbers, your emails, and everything about you. Just imagine that Sam Lee and ShaveZ is actually working for the Chinese. Not so far-fetched, is it? And why would they want those details? Because they're probably selling your data and probably doing human trafficking. They would need new identities. So they're stealing your identities. Maybe this is the bigger picture. In this video, I'm going to go through the article as mentioned, and also we're going to have a deep dive into ShaveZ. Now, one of my other videos I released, he told us some really fascinating things, like he started his own corporation at the age of 17. He used to provide services to Marble Studios and also AI. He said that everybody in the world is using AI that his company developed. Now, anyone involved in technology or tech would know that the person behind those companies would be easily searched and you would find information on them. This guy does not exist. And I want to find where he's from. I want to find his family. I want people to see his picture and reach out to me so we can get him back home, because I think he's trapped in Dubai. Would he really? I don't even know if he's in Dubai, to be honest. I haven't actually thought about that. Where is he working from? Oh, no, he was in Dubai, wasn't he? Because the We Are Satoshi roundtable people were there about 3.5 weeks ago, the 55 of them. Theoretically, they had to pay $25,000 each to be on the round table. And if you were, you got to go to Dubai and meet the cocaine snorting Sam Lee, who's since have been busted for having a few too many mistresses. Also a wedding. I don't even saw my last video, but Sam is not in, I think he's going to have a few marital problems as well. Hence why we're probably seeing a few more drunken videos of Sam. Let's not focus on Sam. Let's focus on ShaveZ. So let me, first of all, show you some interesting things. This is a photo of ShaveZ. Now, how I got that photo, it's public, and it's actually on his Telegram photo. So if you want his Telegram, let me know. I've got a little bit of a database going on about him. So that's ShaveZ. The next one is the coffee one. We're going to call that the coffee pose. And when I zoomed in on that picture, I could see a name on the door. And the name on the door actually looks like a photography studio. Something to do with photography. Couldn't quite read it. But if you ever get that photo and you can figure out where that photo was taken, you can just barely see OSAV, and I can't quite read it. But if you can, let me know. Because if you're looking at the background picture I've got, you can see that's even got a clearer, more image of it. But let's not go there. Don't want to go too deep in this dive. The other interesting thing I'm doing is I'm doing a YouTube live as I record this. I'm trying a few new things for my YouTube channel. So what I'd like to do first is introduce myself, and AKA, I'm Danny DeHeck, AKA the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I had a full page in the New York Times. They published an article telling the world about my quest to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I'm pretty aggressive. Some people in my Telegram groups tell me to calm down a little bit and not get so much up in the face of people I see promoting these Ponzi schemes. But if you look at the video I just did yesterday about Vera lost $90,000 to about 6 or 7 different Ponzi schemes. She even paid $7,000 to these companies that claimed that they could get her crypto back. And I've been in correspondence with them. One person that her and her partner gave $3,000 to was a guy by the name of Carl Miller. And they put the money into an Australian bank account, and then that Australian bank account, which I found out since, transfers that money to a Singapore bank account, and it costs them $200 to do so. So we've followed the money, and we found that the money has actually gone off to a Singaporean bank account number, which theoretically is Sam Lee's. We don't know. We're still investigating, doing a deep dive into Carl Miller and the clad that he hangs out with called the Anzac whale riders, whatever they're called. But I think it's disgusting they actually use that name, because Anzac is a very personal thing to Australians
and New Zealanders, and a lot of people went to war to earn the right to use that name. And I think a bunch of scammers like Yvonne Henry and Kate Longley and George, I never get his last name right, so I don't even try, and then also Carl Miller are there, and they're still promoting these Ponzi schemes, which is disgusting. So that's who I am, and that's what I do. So now we want to find out more about ShaveZ and whether he's trapped in Dubai and he can't leave because his identity doesn't actually seem to exist, even though we now have his full name because he tried to do a takedown request for one of the videos that I've done. So I just wanted to go through some of the other things I've seen recently. Here's ShaveZ again. They're really trying to make him somebody. And also I've seen a few images floating around and they say, hurry, grab Bitcoin now. And all these hurry things and release dates is causing you to think it's got to be urgent. And they've also said that there's a leadership team behind We Are All Satoshi. Now, this is really alarming to me because I believe the leadership team involves at least Tracy and a lady called Tammy Jackson. And they are controlling these guys like puppets. And I don't know, I stumbled across a Zoom meeting a wee while ago, and it was called Sam is Done. And it was Sam talking to the leadership team. I managed to get into their Zoom meeting and I hit record for about 30 minutes. I couldn't believe they didn't kick me out. They did the next time I went in there, but not recently. And what I'm getting at is if you listen to that video, you would be blown away that there's a bigger organization, not leadership, but leaders having discussions. And there was about 80 people in this Zoom meeting. And Sam blatantly said that they are making scams. And they said that one day they could make something legitimate out of scam money. It was just breathtaking to watch. So if you're in doubt and you're wondering whether Sam's a good guy or a bad guy, or whether We Are All Satoshi are good or bad, you're just feeding a scam. All right, so here's the other one which I don't like, is these imageries that they're using. You can see that they've got people and it's cult-like and it's like follow leadership style. I mean, you know, literally 2 weeks ago, ShaveZ was just the tech guy or a tech guy, and now he's come out and he's got himself an amazing reputation. So what I did, I went back and I tried to find the oldest video when ShaveZ first came on board. So I was quite staggered, really. The whole thing actually started 4 months ago. So a lot's happening in 4 months. But there is a video here where ShaveZ tells us who he is. And I just want you to listen to it so that you can actually get the idea of what he claims he is in business and what type of businessman he is. Now, he says that he started his own corporation at 17. I can't find it. I did have it. I think he's over 26 or 27 years of age right now. And now he's in charge of the Vault Horizon, which I heard another rumor saying that there's 271 Bitcoin. And I've got a video of Reverend Morris demanding that they get their money back. And ShaveZ, this is the big problem. ShaveZ claims that 30% of everyone's money that was paid into We Are Satoshi before they had their funds drained is still secured in the Vault Horizon. And my argument to that is, well, if that's the case, give people who don't want to have anything to do with you guys the opportunity to get their 30% of what they invested back out through the Vault Horizon. It basically liquidate the Vault Horizon, give it to everyone evenly who financially contributed, and then the money that is left in the kitty from people who didn't want their money back, then start the project again. And also, I heard some other shocking news, and you've really got to listen to what I'm going to say here. I get a lot of intel. And if you want to give me some intel, you want to reach out to me on my website, and I'm going to put the time I said this to save myself hours, so 11 minutes and 55 seconds in, Danny. And one person said that they were instructed in the company to set up a YouTube account saying 600 days. And then Sam told them to do so, and ShaveZ told them not to do so. And this was just before Sam got kicked out of it. Now, why would they do that? Because when the 500 days, when the money matures in the Vault Horizon and either they distribute the money back that's left or the project didn't work, they were going to extend the 500 days to 600 days. I couldn't believe it, but that's what you hear anyway. So let's find out who ShaveZ is. This video is about ShaveZ. Who is ShaveZ? So let's get stuck into it and listen to what he says about who he is.
Merely when I was 17. And the whole tech world was unknown to me.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Worked in a supermarket
And that curiosity
until the age of 17.
took me all over the place. I started exploring different segments in the tech. I started with very small.
He started very small, very small. I think what happens is they have scammer school, and Sam graduated and he ran this for a while, and then ShaveZ has been going to scammer school.
No, I'm not going to make you watch that video again, but basically in here he said that he started his own corporation at the age of 17. Later, it turns out he started his own corporation at 18. He changed his mind, and then he went back to 17. So he's a wee bit confused there. He's got a tech team, and they are...
Team. Of course, without my team, nothing was impossible.
18.
Without the boys
The
that I've
boys.
been working with.
So he claimed he's got a tech team, and also Sam claimed he had a tech team. So he's basically trying to tell everyone here he's exactly the same as Sam. And it turns out that there's 4 people that own the technology company that produce all the software. Sam allegedly is 25% holder, and there's Peter, and there's Max, and there's a Chinese guy that no one knows, no one's ever met. So just saying. And also, once we listen to this article we're about to listen to that was in the Vice paper, you will see that people are actually being abducted by aliens, abducted by Chinese people and forced to work in Dubai and have their passports confiscated. Is that a word? Anyway, so he worked with government organisations. Carry on, mate. Tell us all your
Various
stories.
governments.
Oh,
And
Sam had government backing. They must have met each other in the government circles.
Yeah, so he's worked with governments.
I served various companies like Marvel Studios
Hold it. Marvel
provided tech
Studios.
to them.
Hold on, I was taking notes at the
Marv.
time. So you get the idea. If you want to go back, listen to that video. It's called Tech Guy ShaveZ. And in there, he gives you, basically, I'm going to narrow it down. He started his own corporation at 17 years of age. He provided services to Marvel Studios. He made AI that everyone uses today, and he developed it himself. That's exactly what he said. So he's pumped himself up to be somebody pretty amazing there. But this guy has no identity, even though we've found out his full name. He's got no identity whatsoever. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to do. Also, what I want to do before we go through the article is actually have a listen to the video. And this is quite important to listen to this. I'm not going to... we've got Reverend Reese here. Reverend Morris here, and he's getting stuck into ShaveZ. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. I don't know how much, probably because he hung up on him, and he's getting sick of him. So about... Yeah, I won't tell you how far in because it won't make any difference to you. But what I want to do this, I want you to listen to when, and this is quite important, I want you to listen to the Reverend telling ShaveZ to give his money back. And then he hangs up on ShaveZ. And the next thing, ShaveZ does a 2-minute rant. And I actually feel like he's trapped. And I feel like he really is not wanting to be in this Zoom meeting. And this is probably the most vulnerable I've actually seen him. So I want to watch this for 2 minutes, and I might just duck off, have a drink of water, and listen to him, and you hear the desperation in his voice. And this is why I think he's not actually... Yes, he is scamming people, but he's not the instigator. He's trapped in Dubai. He's working for a criminal network, and I believe it's the Chinese because they're easy targets. It could be the Russians, but... I hear that Chinese are rampant, and we're going to look at an article in a few minutes. So let's listen to how he reacted to when Morris basically accused him of stealing his money.
Saying is you have to make a plan that's going to give us our money, because that sister having a $50 minor package is not going to pay her $2,500 bill that's due next month. And she was getting $1,000 a day and $1,000 a week from you. So what we asking is for you to come up with a plan, because you can't go forward and just leave us and wait on another dream.
Okay. What do you suggest?
We don't have money to come back in and buy more stuff, and we didn't
I'm
spend all of this money.
not asking you to put money. Nobody's asking you to put money. That is the solution, right? So you have your potential earning, Morris. You can start making money from the 5th of September just by inviting people in the network. Come on,
I'm going to invite people somewhere that I'm not even getting paid the money you took from me. Are you okay? I'd rather lose money than put somebody else's neck out there.
I'm really
You
very
did. You
sorry.
don't want this your product, man.
Ah,
Sorry, I love this. When I was watching this the first time, I thought, you go, Morris. And I said to Morris, reach out to me if you want to tell me your story or be interviewed. But I haven't heard from him yet. So, Morris, the office still stands.
Morris, you deposited the money in the platform. I did not take your money.
Oh, yes, you did.
Understand this.
Okay,
And
so
I'm not holding your money. It's the proof of reserve which is set by the rules, which allows every user to
okay,
secure their
okay,
1x.
Chavez, I'm done. Because people want to ask questions, but it doesn't make sense. If you're not paying me now, why would I invest or get other people? I'm not going to risk other people. And that's why I never brought people, because I'd rather lose my shirt than set somebody else's neck or family money on fire. And if your mother taught you
You
all
did
this, you wouldn't
not,
be doing this.
you did not lose money.
I'm done
Number one.
talking.
Now, interesting enough, just before we get into it, I'm just going to bring up my email. And I'm pretty sure that was the video that ShaveZ has literally tried to get me to remove off the internet. I'll just put it back to workshop mode. I've got a few people in the chat box messaging me, so I really appreciate that. Currently, I have 18 odd people in there, so thanks for following me as I'm recording this. So I just want to go through the video that he asked me to remove and how I got his full name. But in there, basically, they said that I've got a copyright takedown request. That means the person that published the video, which was ShaveZ, wants me to remove the video off my YouTube channel. And that was the video. I'm pretty sure it was the same video. So when you go through all the copyright information, basically, we do not plan to remove your video at this time. And basically, they said they're not going to do it because I was using it with fair use, under the fair use law, where I can do a voiceover and give my 2 cents worth. I'm not claiming to be We Are Satoshi, and I'm not trying to copy their brand or their imagery, hence why it's copyright. But anyway, in here we learned that the company YouTube channel was actually We Are Satoshi.
We are all Satoshi.
And it said that the name of the person, the full legal name of the person that wants the video removed was
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
and his authority, he's the owner. So in this, and YouTube don't allow you to just put anything in there. And the other really interesting thing I want to find out, who is this company?
CoinSDX.
CoinSDX. Now, I've done a search and found a few companies that are similar, but I can't find it. But interestingly enough, the email address associated with We Are Satoshi is coinsdx@gmail.com. Now, you cannot use any email address. The account that they created, the We Are Satoshi videos YouTube channel on, the login is coinsdx@gmail. So if Sam had total control of this YouTube channel, then why isn't it Sam's login? And then if it's not ShaveZ's email address, then who's the company behind it? So if anyone knows anything about trying to find any information about that, this is a cry for help, because we want to help get ShaveZ out of Dubai, don't we? Because he's probably had his passport taken, he's probably got his family under hostage, and he's been forced to work as a scammer for the Chinese. That's what I'm doing with it. So anyway, so actually just we'll have a quick look. The video removed. I'm just trying to figure out what video it was that he was complaining about. And the video in question, I wonder if that's I'll just have a wee look at that one to see if it was my one. Oh no, that's gone. No, that's not been very good. I don't want to stuff up this video by getting too much into it, but I want to see if that's the link to my video. Oh, it's my video. Oh, so that will tell us anyway. So, in that video, oh yeah, so that's
You've got the keys to the.
So that's the video he wanted me. Yeah, so it's the one with Morris. Yeah, it is. So that's the exact video that I'm talking about that I've got right here is the video that he was trying to get removed. Anyway, for the next 2 minutes, I want you to bear with me. I'm going to do, I've got to make sure I press the right button. It's getting confusing here. We're going to do browser mode, and we're going to listen to desperation in ShaveZ's voice. And this is the most vulnerable I've actually seen.
You did not lose money. Okay? Nobody lost money in this. It is just, we have arrived at this situation earlier than estimated because of the problem, because of the trust that you all did blindly in Sam and deposited all your money in VAV and you got nothing. You got nothing.
He learnt this from Sam.
And that's why I'm suffering. Instead of running away, I'm taking the responsibility. I did not take your money. You deposited in the platform.
And remember all the videos he did telling everyone that the system is bulletproof and no need to worry, everything's well thought out, they've got a $240 million advertising budget and all this sort of carry on. And now he's saying, I did not tell you guys to do this.
For which I'm taking the responsibility here. And I will take responsibility. Because I know no money is lost.
No money is lost, but no one's got no money and we can't give it back to you.
Nobody lost any money.
I didn't. Did you guys? Sorry. Oh, stop it. Big pause. Breathe.
First 1x.
Whoop.
And it will continue to secure 1x. This industry, this whole industry will be doomed.
Doomed. I love the way he said that. Real emphasis, and he sort of just managed to use, a real strong, powerful voice when he said doomed.
If there will be no proof of reserve.
No proof of reserve. I better stop this. You guys are going to hate me.
There will be Ponzi's. There will be scams.
Oh, I'll bust them. I want them. Don't you guys go out of business. You'll put my YouTube out of business.
You all will lose trust. You always continue to lose trust.
I think we lost trust when Sam started snorting the white stuff, didn't we? Just saying.
Because you believe in the scam platforms. I've been telling everyone from the day one when we started.
From the day one.
Do not put your brains here and there. Just focus on one thing, which has a proof of reserve, which is guaranteeing everything. From the very day one, I told everyone to focus on just one thing. 90% of this community went on getting bullshitting, with ads which made no sense.
Oh, I thought they did make sense because people were watching, I think, 150 ads a day. If you paid $1,500, I don't know how many it was, but people were watching these outdated ads on VidiLook. And because of this, they thought that they were deserving of receiving $55 a day because they gave away $1,500 of their money. Does that sound right to you? You give them $1,500 a day, and then the platform lasted 6 weeks, and everyone lost all the money because they had 6,000... what do they call multiple accounts. And then after the system stopped for the first time, Garrett told us that he got paid $55,000 out of the super wallet address that ran what they renamed to VidiLook Beta. Even though there's no money and everyone lost money and that was their story because of the multiple accounts, Garrett still managed to get paid out of that fallen company. Then Conrad left, and Conrad left. This is VidiLook, not We Are Satoshi that I'm talking about, but it's the same company. Conrad left, and a week after he left, and theoretically Conrad's a good businessman and doing legitimate passive income opportunities. So I've been told. But then I just got a message from someone who is a legend at introducing and influencing. No, how do I explain this? Someone who is a good source of information, and she. Whoops, I said she. They said that I'm no good at keeping these secrets. That Conrad's not a legitimate businessman and he's a dirty scammer. Anyway, he's probably one of the worst ones because there's a lot of stuff going. I'm finding out so much information about this. You would never invest in this company ever again if you knew what I knew. Anyway, I have to respect the people who give me information. I just got Sam's wife's passport given to me the other day. We've already got Sam Lee's passport, and now I've got his wife's passport. Anyway, stay on track. So what I'm saying, so then after Conrad left, a week after that, they started up VidiLook version 2, and they did a 50% sale, and everyone raced in there and bought that. It was a one-time only 50% sale, and when it finished, they extended it a little bit more, and then they said they were going to do other great sales, even better ones than they just had, And then 2 weeks after that, there was more money going out of the platform than there was into the platform. And because of that, it has a fail-safe and it shut down and everyone lost their money. But just before that happened, Sam released VAV, where he told everyone to invest $150. And then within 24 hours, you could get half your money out. Within 48 hours, you get your full money out. And then that would compound whatever you do. At the end of the month, at the end of the week, you're going to get $750 that you could never take out of the platform. Now, before anyone even signed up for that platform, Sam said he had no idea what the money was going to be used for or how we could even give it back to people. And this is what I heard, because it was in the chat rooms, that there was no purpose for money, no way of getting that money out. And he said that you'll have it in the back of the platform. So you give him your money and he would let you take your money out, but he only let people take the money out for the first day. And then every second day he released bigger packages. So I'm not going to bore you with it. It's all in my other videos, but basically it was a massive Ponzi scheme, a 7-day Ponzi scheme money grab. So VidiLook did a money grab, VOV did a money grab, and also in We Are Satoshi, they did another package. They released a $5,000 package where people could just give $5,000 to Sam, and it's just because they trust him. He had no rewards around it. It was just a trust thing where you give Sam $5,000. So all those money grabs resulted in the whole platforms falling over and having no money left. And then Sam got kicked out by the leaders because he's doing too much cocaine. There's a bit of white stuff there, Sam. And now ShaveZ has control of the vault that theoretically has 271 Bitcoin in it that he won't liquidate even if the people want to. And he's got the keys, my crypto, and Sam just walked away from it all. Now, do you not think that sounds a little bit unusual? Anyway, I'm just going to let ShaveZ go on for a bit more, because this is where I thought he was going to say he's had enough, but then Tammy Jackson comes in and saves the day and calms the farm.
Who am I?
The scammer. Or a victim. Go for it, ShaveZ. Speak. Use the words.
I did not take your money. I'm saving your money.
Okay. Where is it then?
Thank God I have some integrity that I did not hand over the proof of reserve to the management, to the board.
And he says he's 100% transparent, but he won't tell us who those board members are. And if we do just have a wee look, sorry to get distracted, but when you've been following this as much as me, it's quite funny. But if you have a look at this picture, this is the board, all right? Look at their faces. They've got like mask on and unusual looking characters. That's theoretically the board. All right, back to you, Sam. Well, not Sam, I get mixed up.
If I had, then you all would have lost all the money. Then you would not get a chance to shout at me.
They did lose all the money.
I would be here because I have integrity. But
so do I,
right
mate.
now, I have integrity and the proof of reserve. Both. And we will get through. We will get out of this situation.
The real funny thing about this, they claim they had a $240 million advertising budget, and they blew through that in 105 days. And now he claims that he can basically build it back up, make everyone billionaires with no advertising budget.
We'll get out of this adversity. But we need to think of realistic solutions to get out of this adversity.
And that now has been released, and it's called, what are they called? Affiliate Marketing 2.0.
We cannot, I feel so bad that you sounded like I took your money.
Well, no, we know management took your money and you're a puppet on a string.
Yes, I will return it, no problem.
Okay. Why don't you just liquidate the Vault Horizon and let people have 30% of their money that they've lost back rather than holding them for ransom? I mean, surely you could start this over again, because since you've been doing this, you're claiming that crypto Bitcoin is going to go up to $100 a coin, and you're waiting for the bull rush to go off. And in the meantime, you've been going for over 110 days now, and crypto's probably gone backwards, I think. So it's probably going to happen.
If I had taken it, I built this platform with logic, with this whole synergy, but market lost trust because of XYZ crap reasons. Anyways, we are here to, work on the solutions, and I will continue to work on the solutions. I will not step away from my responsibilities that I have taken in not good times when everyone runs away from responsibility. Okay, so I will stick to my objective, that is to, continue holding this together and take everyone to the other side. And we will lose people.
Do the guy clapping. There's always a clapper, isn't there? Goodness me. And if you look at the people in the windows here, it amazes me, the people, how engaged they are with all this. And they've just been entertained by ShaveZ pouring out his heart about how he didn't steal the money.
We will lose trust. I know. I will make sure whatever is good at the macro level for the whole good of the community, I will continue doing that. All right. Let's hear from
So
Zach.
let me just add, ShaveZ, that what Maurice.
So Tammy Jackson, I believe, is one of the leaders. She's one of the puppet masters, and she's a disgusting person. And I've watched her for years now, scam people, and she's very well articulated in her voice and her mannerism. She's a ruthless scammer.
Has expressed is the idea and understanding in a sentiment of a lot of people. A lot of people want to just have you just push a button and just make their money come back. But what people need to understand is that the proof of reserve is not like there was $680 million setting aside in the budget that was just sitting there. The proof of the marketing.
Did she say $680 million in the proof of reserve? Now, 30% of that would be a lot of money, right? So wouldn't they give that back to people once the system's fallen over? Huh?
Budget was built and continuing to be input upon by the building of the community, and as people continue to come into the system. And we had several months, there were several months of proof of reserve of the marketing budget that was able to carry us through for several months.
Several months. So for 3 months, they managed to blow through what they said, $260 or $240 million. And that was paying people the reward money for referring people into this platform. So the only way this platform's going to exist is by continuously referring people into it. Hence why their new way of trading their way out of this is by doing affiliate marketing 2.0. Now, I got ChatGPT to actually write and explain what affiliate marketing is. Now, affiliate marketers should know how to be a YouTuber, should know how to do Facebook advertising, should know how to be a fantastic salesperson, and have a lot of knowledge about how to sell, let's say, sell snow to the Eskimos and sell sand to the Arabs. You need to be a versed lethal seller. Just look in the Zoom menu window. Do these people look like on the edge salespeople? Don't worry, they're all going to be trained by ShaveZ, who I found out his real name, but doesn't seem to have any history, even though he had his own corporation at 17. He used to service Marble Studios. And what else? He also developed some AI that everybody in the world uses that he developed. He's a very talented man that doesn't seem to exist. He is unfortunately a puppet. And I'm going to show you an article at the end of this video which you can use the timestamps with. Now, I just want to give you a bit of a lecture on timestamps. So if you're on one of my videos, and let's say you're on one of my videos, and you go down to the More button, you'll see it drops down, and you can see timestamps here, all right? And I spent hours going through every part that highlights, and you can click on them, or you can just ignore those and go straight to the bottom and see the ones where it says chapters at the bottom. And then you can click View All. Hold it. Somebody's just gone to show. Cool. So I'm doing a YouTube live, and somebody did a comment, and it asked me to hide it or show it. And I'm showing the comment because it said, funny things, she is a dumbass. Now, isn't that nice that YouTube said that was offensive?
Anyway, let's stay focused. Don't get distracted by the YouTube window. You can see that. Anyway, what I'm saying is then you'll see that on the right-hand side, you'll see all the chapters, and you can basically click to whatever part that you want to go to, and it will take you to that part of the video. So that's how to use chapters. Just wanted to say that. So if this video gets a bit long for you and you're thinking, well, Danny starts to go on, remember to use the timestamps and go to the part you want to watch. All right, so that's enough of her. So the only other thing I wanted to do is fast forward and go to the part when they had a meeting. Now, this meeting was actually over 3 months ago, and it was when everything was dandy. And obviously, I wanted to show you this because Tammy isn't here. Now, we're not going to do the whole video. I just wanted to show you the lies that these guys were preaching you just 3 months ago about how good the system was. And I'm just going to do a bit of rapid fire if it's and then you can listen to it. Now, remember, this video is actually on the We Are Satoshi YouTube, and you can go there and listen to that.
Another link that I'm going to share with you right now.
Yeah, hold it. Now, this when I saw this today, I thought, oh my goodness. So we've got Marcus Davis. Now, there's a YouTube channel called the Satoshi Show, and there was Troy, and there's Marcus, and I've forgotten the other guy's name. Troy, Marcus, and someone else. Anyway, these guys were trying to provide a safe haven for people who had lost their money in Hyperverse, and they managed to get 5,000 people into their Zoom meeting, and then they dropped Novatech FX people in their sales team, hoping that people would diversify and sign up for another Ponzi scheme. And since then, the two ministers that run Novatech FX has been exposed because they were bankrupt individuals. And the fact that this guy is now in here with We Are Satoshi is disgusting in a way. And I don't know whether he's promoting it now or not. And then you've got Rory. He's a South African guy, and he's just ruthless. He's rampant, and he's a scammer that's been well known. So if you have any information on these people, by all means, come and tell me. But I just wanted you to listen to what I call These Are the Leaders. I'm not sure if Marcus is still the leaders, but it's just interesting watching them working together, building up this community.
And
That's
of
how we
course,
started.
me meeting Elise through Marcus, that's a beautiful thing about this industry. It's all about just, us telling friends about what a great thing is, and, hoping that we could all benefit from this together.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, Tammy, I've shared the YouTube link to all my leaders as well. So they might be linking on through that. So,
Okay.
all things going. I think those Zoom links are now, those YouTube links are now going out.
All right. So they're building up their networks. I'm not going to let
Bobby's
you
a real
listen to
man.
that. I'll probably just scoot to the end of this one. Oh, okay. There's another. This guy here.
Conversation plan.
Now, I got given a link of Gobi the other day. He bought his brother-in-law a brand new car. Now, he's just left the roundtable event that was in Dubai and gone back to the UK. And all of a sudden, his brother has just been bought a new car. And it was a post on Facebook basically alleging that Gobi had something to do with it. So these guys are making fistfuls of money. Even though this Ponzi scheme has fallen over, why are these guys living the life of Riley and spending the money that you are losing? It's because they are part of the Ponzi scheme and the scam.
Though it is very simple. It is as simple as Sam explained. We are just motivating and motivating people to hold Bitcoins. That's it. And it is so simply designed in the affiliate structure that it will benefit you in a multi-folded way. And these benefits we can just explain in half an hour Zoom call that we will have. Let's schedule another call for the explanation, because it has been a long call today, and we know that you all are in front of your mobile phones, computers, sitting, watching us, listening to us. So we don't want to put you all to real work in this today. Tomorrow is Saturday.
The thing that really gets me about this, this is
38, 33. But you can see if you go back here, they've got this presentation and they whizzed through this and showed everyone their white paper, so to speak. This is called a white paper. No, it's just a PDF. And with VideoLook crashing, then instantly they've come out with a new PDF file and they're now telling people about their packages. They're now doing mining packages. I just had Vinny from Project Frugal say in the chat room that why would they be teaching people how to mine their own crypto? I mean, ShaveZ said that he mined crypto on his laptop the other day. I got a mate that used to do crypto mining. He used to generate $8,000 worth of coins, or I don't know if it was Bitcoin, whatever it was, a month. And his power bill was $4,000 a month. So the amount of energy he was using to mine $8,000 worth of crypto was just amazing, 50% of it. And not only that, you had to fork out the money to buy the hardware to do the mining. Now, the next twist on all this is they're alleging that they're going to teach people how to do their own mining and they're going to become miners. So this is so stupid because what they're basically telling people. Now, my mate, I asked him, he's in my running club. I said, are you still doing mining? He goes, oh, hell no. I said, it's too expensive. You can't afford to produce the coins that it's too much energy involved. Crypto is not that user-friendly to the planet because it uses so much resources to run the computers. And that's why you get gas fees, because of all the energy it takes to do the transactions to verify things. And I'm not a crypto expert, nor is my mate, but it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, so I just wanted to go through this, and I just wanted to show you the banter that these guys are having, and I wanted to show you the key ringleaders of this Ponzi scheme before we look through this article. And I'm just going to go find Pixel because he's out there barking in the neighborhood, and I'm going to put him to bed, and then I won't be in and out like I have been.
Here.
Listen to this.
And it is just a two-step process, right? Okay, so let's all meet together tomorrow, and me and Gobi will be there. We will be presenting the entire plan, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Gobi, would you like to say something before we end this?
Oh, thank you, Savesh. What can I say? Leaders, look, we are here to guide our community to the right place. That's what I can say. Whatever you have seen in the past, not going to be here. No one's going to mislead you guys. No one's going to brainwash you.
No one's going to brainwash you. No one's going to mislead you guys. All of a sudden, all the money ran out of the proof, out of the marketing budget. And now they've got the keys to the Vault Horizon and you can't touch it because they won't let you. There's no money in the Vault Horizon. There's no opportunity that you're going to get your money back. This is a criminal network. And I believe it's all ran by either the Chinese who invaded Dubai. And I've got an article which is very similar to what I feel is happening to ShaveZ at the moment. So we're just going to listen to a little bit more of this.
I'm never going to go away.
Sam,
Thank you, guys.
Sam's never going to go away. Well, that's a good word spoken, Sam.
Sam, I just want to add one thing. If people get this concept, I've traded 3 years, and what you've put in the hands of people is a guaranteed bet that you will not lose your money, you will not lose your trade. But if you go for the proof of reserve, that's what people need to understand.
Do you understand that, people?
People have tried to trade Bitcoin. They've tried to trade tokens. Yeah, in this family, you go in and do what Sam's telling you. He's effectively writing you a check in 500 days to say you're not going to lose a cent or you can only have an upside.
Oh, mate, this is priceless. You can see why I wanted to go back and grab a video that was published 3 months ago to see what message they were selling people. ShaveZ is in here and he's relaxed and he feels good about this. And Sam's in here. He hasn't even got any white stuff on his nose. And there's Troy, who's just creaming it up and saying this is the best thing since sliced bread.
That is a bet I will take 1,000,000 times over, and I've traded over many years. So Sam, you're a genius. I want to compliment you. I think it's absolutely amazing. And when the penny drops and we can really, and your support for the middle class, people will understand in time. They will understand it in time. And thank you. Thank you from South Africa. Thank you from Africa. You're making people whole that really need this opportunity right now. So I personally just want to say thank you.
Wow, what an endorsement. Good on you, Roy. Is it Roy? R-O-R-Y.
Rory. Right, must get your name right. I would love to interview you, Roy. I'd love to know how you feel about Sam now and how you feel about promoting this to your downline. Like, it's just ridiculous. These guys have got teams underneath them and they go back as scouts. They go to these meetings, they find out this information, and then they tell their investors where they should put their money. And now they tell their investors they thought that it was a good opportunity and I've lost money as well, and blah, 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 blah. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, great. On the points that Rory highlighted, it's very simple. I just can't stop myself from talking about this beautiful structure that we managed to put together, and it's just like creating a hedge, a positive hedge in the upside. Well, Bitcoin is, I believe, one of the most scarcest asset on earth. And
I'm over Bitcoin, guys. I've had enough. I'm sick of it. Anytime somebody talks Bitcoin, I go blurry-eyed.
it will be more scarce, right? With time.
This is all gaslighting techniques. And what I mean by that is they keep saying things that people just start think is the normal. You know, like Bitcoin is going to be scarce. Okay. And it's going to be worth billions. Okay. Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. I bet you don't care so much now.
Because the cost of mining is doubled with every halving.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat room just said, where are these hosting fake mining accounts going to be hosted? Yes, good question.
And
of course, in this video, they're not talking about the mining because this wasn't even thought of at this time. They've just come up with this new thing that we'll tell them that we're going to do mining. Now, why do they do that? Quite simple, really. Just like VideoLook gave you fake ads to look at because you felt like you're doing something to deserve the rewards that they were paying you. So now they're going to get you to do mining on a platform where you can look at it on your phone and go, oh, look, I'm mining. Look at me, I'm mining.
it is very beautiful concept that we are holding on to something that is so valuable altogether. Simply. It's beautiful.
Oh, goody guy gumdrops. Oh, my goodness, really?
Hey,
Get a
ShaveZ.
bucket.
Here, Liz.
Hey, ShaveZ. I just want to comment also.
Please.
I saw Bitcoin way back in 2010. I was in the
All right, you can find that video on their YouTube channel if you want to listen to it. But I wanted to share some of the joys from ShaveZ, and also wanted to share when he was at his most vulnerable, when he was talking to Reverend Morris again. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go through this article about people that are trapped in Dubai and have had their passports taken off them. And they're trapped and they're working for these scam companies. Now, I've done a bit of research about this article and it was a really good read. Now, my take on it, if you're wondering what my take on it is, that I believe that ShaveZ is a paid puppet. Also, Vivek, I believe he is also trapped in Dubai. I believe they hold these people's families for ransom. They literally take their passports off them and they have to work for these companies to survive. It's actually about survival. Now, this article that we're about to go after, have a look at, is actually nothing to do with We Are All Satoshi, but it's a brilliant article and I'm going to get the computer to read it to us. Now, just so you know how it works, this article has actually advertised job opportunities for people. They've gone over to Dubai with their flights paid for and they've got themselves a job working for some of these Chinese companies. Now, Sam did walk around and show us the 8 buildings that he alleged that he owned, and Garrett actually told us that the buildings are actually owned by one fella who's some big wealthy guy who is actually in prison at the moment. So it could make sense. I'm not saying this guy in prison is Chinese, and I don't want the Chinese mafia after us, but a lot of the information in this article was so breathtaking. It made me think, well, ShaveZ hasn't told his last name. When he did the takedown request for the video that I produced just a couple of 3 days ago, he used his real name. And I've searched for his real name and found nothing. I've done reverse image searches on these images, and this is recently taken. I've done one on this one, and I can't find anything about him. He doesn't exist. So it's like he's using a stolen identity. And I really want to help this guy because I believe he could be a victim. And he's trapped in Dubai. And he needs people to recognize him, and we need to go to the Dubai police and expose him. Now, he's in this, my favorite website, Behind MLM. You can see that Sam, there's articles in here, and his even, I've just basically forwarded that email to Oz, who runs this website, and showed him that we've managed to find ShaveZ's full name, because he was saying that his name was Anwar. I don't know what Anwar is, but when I looked up Anwar, I couldn't find anything either. I don't know where he got Anwar from, but if you look at ShaveZ's real name, it's similar, but it's not spelt the same. So I'm not sure if it's a typo on my end or his name. So he's got Ahmed. See?
Ahmed.
Ahmed. And in here, he's got War. So I don't know.
Anwar.
Don't know. Anyway, one of us has got the name wrong. I'm assuming that I've got it right because I've got the legal name for him to get the video removed. Have a look at this article. It's disgusting. It tells you about all, the latest stuff that that is out. And also there's an opportunity on this website. I'll try to put the link in the description if I have enough room. Okay, so let's have a look at this article of this couple, and I'm just going to get the computer to read it. So let's go.
In Dubai, Chinese industrial-scale scam mills are thriving. Scam operators built an empire in Southeast Asia through forced labor and human trafficking. A Vice News investigation now confirms their creep to the UAE.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's interesting. So we'll just read this paragraph at a time. Hopefully that sounds right. 4.
All in. Getting to Dubai from Taiwan was easy. The scam company that had just hired him booked the flight and paid the airfare. Getting back home, however, was a lot more difficult. It was sometime in September 2021 when he arrived in Dubai, the glitzy poster child of the United Arab Emirates. Lin said his employers took his passport shortly after he landed, accused him of owing them for his travel expenses and ordered him to get to work. By the time he'd spent about a year there, Lin claims he was shuttled against his will between 4 companies that worked various scams.
Now, doesn't that sound familiar? Now, Sam's got an office in the Silicon Valley, or whatever it's called, and they are running scam after scam because they said they reduced. Now, so far we've got VideoLook, AVA. I found if anyone ever wants this information, please do reach out to me. But I found the production company who was doing all the Hypernation videos. The whole company, I've got all their names and everything, about 10 people, and they were working out of Kuala Lumpur. So, they've got companies behind them. So anyway, so there you go. There's a bit of, I hope you followed all that. Vinny from Project Frugal, he's done 10 videos on Hyperverse. He's in the chat room at the moment. And I might see if I can put the chat room up at the same time so you can see the messages coming in as I'm recording this live. And he basically said maybe it's ShaveZ Reese-Lewis. Steve Reese-Lewis. ShaveZ Reese-Lewis. He's a paid actor. Yes. Let's have a read of the next paragraphs.
Lin, who spoke under only his surname as he didn't want to be identified, said he didn't know he was being recruited for scams, adding that the job was listed as a customer service position requiring no experience. It was asking for someone who knew Chinese and could use a computer, he told Vice News. Lin would later tell Taiwanese officials that he fled by jumping out of a building once his handlers decided to sell him to scammers in Cambodia. Without a passport in the UAE, Lin said he was stuck. Again. It wasn't until his story was picked up by a Taiwanese influencer, where in a live stream interview from Dubai he criticized the inaction of Taiwanese officials in the Gulf state, that he was cleared to return home.
Wow. Yeah, so if you have a passport, when you first go over to Dubai, you actually get 3-month travel visa, most people do, and then you can go and get an extension, and it's only can be done once, and that gives you 2 more months. And then after that, Garrett was saying that you have to travel to another state in Dubai, get your passport stamped, and then he said he was driving from Dubai an hour and a half to get it stamped, costing him, I don't know, I'm guessing probably about $40 US dollars, and then he could go back and stay there for another month. So if you didn't have a passport, you wouldn't be able to renew your visa, and you definitely would want to keep a low profile because you wouldn't want to be stuck in Dubai without a passport. But that's what they're doing to these people. Listen to the story.
When you see Chinese building new buildings in Dubai, it's for the scams. They are built by the scam companies, he said from Taiwan. I don't know how many companies there are in total, but there's a lot. Lin's testimony sheds light on a lesser-known hub of a rampant online scam industry causing alarm across the globe, one flourishing amid rampant criminality and weak governance in the Southeast Asian countries of Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia.
Oh, so ShaveZ, as somebody just said, ShaveZ and Tammy says that ShaveZ that ShaveZ is living in India. I don't know, but he was in Dubai. So did he fly there when they had the Satoshi round table event 3 weeks ago or 3.5 weeks ago? Maybe. I don't know where he lives.
The UAE, more commonly associated with shimmering real estate, oil-funded glamour and a draconian approach to law and order, may seem an unlikely spot for an industry defined by its use of crude violence and human trafficking. But accounts from Lin, as well as 2 other former or current scammers and 7 human resources representatives from the industry who spoke with Vice News, confirm the presence of a thriving Chinese-run criminal underworld in the Emirate with tight links to its Southeast Asian counterpart.
So wouldn't it make more sense? I mean, really, do we really think that ShaveZ has control of the Vault Horizon, which theoretically Sam had control of, and then Sam got kicked out, My Keys, My Crypto come into effect, and it just so happened that ShaveZ... Now, the other interesting thing, I don't know where I got this figure from and I can't find it anywhere, but somebody told me there was 271 Bitcoin in the Vault Horizon. So if you times that by, I don't know, what's Bitcoin worth, $30,000 at the moment and dropping, not going up like they're hoping. So if that's the case, that's a lot of money to let somebody who theoretically has now got control of it. So over Sam started up where Satoshi, his face is all over it, and all of a sudden he put ShaveZ in charge of 271 Bitcoin. I don't know whether that figure's correct or not, but even if it's not correct and it's only, I don't know, 50 Bitcoins, 1.5 million, is that right? I'm not, quick maths there. And then all of a sudden, ShaveZ has got the keys to that. If I was ShaveZ, and I had that money, I would just take off with it, okay? Just saying. Oh, I can't remember if I've done that one. I think I have done that paragraph. So it doesn't make sense. But anyway, let's pretend that he is a puppet on a string, and let's pretend that he doesn't have a passport and he is trapped in Dubai. Let's get him out. Come on, let's get ShaveZ home. Or maybe he is home.
While scammers told Vice News the industry in Dubai displays a more cautious culture to avoid the attention of authorities, the end result is the same, sums likely stretching into billions of dollars stolen over the internet. Many companies have a base in Cambodia, in Myanmar, in Laos and Dubai. The same company, in different places doing the same things, said a representative of the global anti-scam organization, Gazo, who asked to withhold their name due to the nature of their work.
Yeah, interesting enough, I've been to Cambodia, and I went to a place that had 30 casinos, or at least 30 casinos. They were all owned by the Chinese, and they were leased back to the Cambodian people. And when you went in there, they were all using the US dollar. It was just really strange. But there was all these big hotels with 500-room hotels along the waterfront, and they were owned by the Chinese. So the Chinese, it would make a lot of sense. Somebody did actually in the chat room mention a very good valid point. They say that ShaveZ may be in India. I don't know where he is. If he is in India, it makes this video not so much fun because he's not trapped in Dubai. But have we got any proof of anything? Now remember, ShaveZ says he wants to be 100% transparent. So for a start, I'm the only person that I know of that actually managed to find his real name. The next thing is, why doesn't he say what state he lives in India? I mean, is it Section 5? I don't know if you watch those Scam Buster videos. Section 5, what do they call that one? I forgot what it's called. Somebody won't mention the name for us. But, it's I think it's Section 5 it's an area in India where a lot of scams happen. Now, I'm not sure if I've done that paragraph because I'm losing my focus here, but let's just do another paragraph. Hopefully we haven't repeated it.
Volunteers established the organization, which assists scammed victims, as well as those in the industry attempting to escape, in the wake of Southeast Asia's burgeoning crisis. Since early 2020, a suspected multi-billion-dollar scam industry has taken root across the Mekong region, as the economic downturn saw Chinese criminal syndicates pivot from gambling operations to industrial-scale scam mills.
Yeah, and there was also some other stuff somebody gave me a video yesterday. I'll try to put it in the description when I finished uploading this video that I'm recording. And it was about, I can't remember, but there's a lot of these underworld companies are out there. There's a lot of, I don't know how to even describe it, syndicates, and they are running criminal networks. I don't actually doubt for a minute that even Sam Lee, ShaveZ, Vivek, I know Vivek Gareth was saying that he's trapped there, and he's one of the ones that's been held against his will, so to speak, because he's got a friend that's bullying him into staying working with the company that produced all the software. I don't know the full story, guys. Often I talk about these scams as me being a jigsaw puzzle builder. And, you know, you're laying out all the straight edges, the overall picture is becoming very clear. And every time I get a new piece, I go, oh, I know where that's going to go. And I try to put it in. It doesn't quite fit. So I have to put it back in the pile and think, I'll work it out eventually. So any information that you can give me to help me make this jigsaw puzzle a nice, colourful picture, I'm all ears. Every time somebody gives me a bit of information, I find out, I find things I didn't know. And it's really good. So don't think any information that you have can't help me paint a more clearer picture of this scam. So please, let's find out more about ShaveZ. I mean, he wants to be 100% transparent. We don't know his last name. We don't know where he lives. We don't know where he operates. It's all a theory that everyone has. We don't have any rock-proof evidence, even though he should tell us because he's been 100% transparent, right?
Propped up by workers from across Asia, lured under false promises of well-paid online jobs, then forced to commit fraud against unsuspecting targets, reports of brutal violence, imprisonment, and human trafficking have become commonplace. In Southeast Asia, the industry has thrived amid weak governance and rampant corruption. At first glance, Dubai may not seem to fit the profile sought by these same criminal enterprises.
Now, interesting enough, Sam wrote 2 checks out, so Gareth was telling me, to just short of $1 million US. And to be honest, he mentions it in one of his videos saying that he was bailing out Vidilook at the time, and it was for 952 million, so he claimed. No, sorry, I get that right. 952,000. All these zeros, I'm not used to them. Anyway, my point of that was these checks bounced. The guy laid a criminal case against Sam, and Sam got locked up for 3 nights in Dubai prison. He talks about it in one of his videos because Garrett busted him for it. And then he talked about his experience and said he didn't want to spend more time. And if you look at my shorts on my YouTube videos, you can see a very drunken video there of Sam saying he's going to be locked up. Now, my point of saying that is that I've forgotten my point. So I have forgotten my point. What was my point? So Sam's had his passport taken from him by the Dubai police, and he needs to pay this guy $1 million. He's also got 2 court cases pending. So he's got a travel ban. So he's trapped in Dubai like everyone else. So there must be a lot of people that seriously are trapped in Dubai who can't leave. And Sam is one of them. Maybe that's why he's doing a lot of cocaine and drinking lately.
The UAE, a federation of 7 emirates, is widely described by international rights groups as an authoritarian state with a strictly monitored society. The state's deep level of control is upheld by a robust security system fine-tuned to weeding out political dissent or religious extremism. With such policing, the UAE promotes itself as one of the world's safest countries, but perhaps just as central to the UAE's national identity as law and order is its business-friendly climate. It has built its modern economy in large part on global connectivity and ease of setting up shop. But this openness has come with downsides. Last year, the watchdog organisation Financial Action Task Force placed the UAE on their grey list of countries to watch for money laundering.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's where you can get a lot of people. For example, when the video I did last night, uploaded 24 hours ago, was about a lady called Vera. And Vera had lost $90,000 to scams, and she'd gone to one of those, we can get your crypto back companies. And I actually rang up the guy who's claiming that he can do it. He claims he's worked for a government organisation. Quite interesting. But they invested in AVA from Australia, and they got a bank account number to put the money in. And when that money went into that bank account number, it got transferred into a bank in Singapore. Now, to do a transfer actually costs $200. So theoretically, the money that was invested into VAV was $3,000 because they invested $1,500, and they were told that they would be able to withdraw their money, half their money in 24 hours and the rest of it in 48 hours. So it would not make sense that they would pay a $200 fee to transfer money from one bank account in Australia to one in Singapore. So that alone would tell me that this VAV thing was just a money grab, and they had no intentions of giving anyone the money back. So it is disgusting, but I hear these things and I go, there's another red flag or another nail in the coffin. That's just letting people know that these are scams, and they're just taking your money. These are modern day bank robbers.
This stems from government apathy toward fiscal crimes, said Lakshmi Kumar, Policy Director of Global Financial Integrity, a Washington-based think tank that researches illicit trade and corruption. Kumar specializes in tracking money laundering and has researched the legal structures of Dubai's free trade zones, economic parks which allow businesses to register and operate with minimal oversight or bureaucratic red tape. These areas offer similar perks as the special economic zones of the Mekong region, many of which have been associated with scam operations.
Hey, I just appreciate the comments that are coming up because I'm recording this video and also I'm broadcasting me recording this video live, and somebody just said, I don't think he's trapped in Dubai. So that is a fair comment to make. However, we don't actually have any facts where ShaveZ is. I mean, he could literally be in New Zealand with the modern world we live in. But why doesn't he say what country he's in? And we do know that he was in Dubai, so he's free to travel. And we don't actually really know nothing about ShaveZ. I mean, for God's sake, people have just been handing him money over the last 4 months, and they don't even know his last name. It's me we've got his last name, so here we go.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui. It's quite cool. I'm just going to post that in the window with the chat, people. Oh, it's not there. Oh, yes, it is. No, I'm just going to... Oh, no, I won't do that. Oh, I will do that. You guys are watching me, so I'm just going to steal some more of your precious time here. So if you're on my YouTube channel, please do make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, and it helps get these videos out to the masses. And it helps especially... I've done it again. Hide chat. I'm just going to post his name in there again because you can scroll up, and we're going to have another wee listen to his name. We're now going to get done for copyright from the Dragon's Den. We're now going to get done for copyright. Oh, I get done twice. Let's turn the sound down, and I'm trying to pause the video. There it goes. I want to read his name out because it sounds really cool.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
Wow, cool. Anyway, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought there. So it's all about money laundering, really, I believe. So let's go down here and let's read another couple of paragraphs.
Kumar said the cyber scams industry would fit the mold of a number of other illegitimate actors, such as gold smugglers, that have found Dubai to be fertile ground to operate. Both criminals and legitimate business actors are both attracted to the same type of business environments, said Kumar, pointing to the UAE as a gateway between Europe, Asia and Africa. The UAE has attracted a lot of legitimate business interest, but that also means it immediately attracts bad guys because it gives you reputational benefit.
Wow. Okay, we'll carry on reading. Let me read that paragraph.
There are now a significant number of victims who reported being hired for a legitimate job in Dubai, only to later be told by the company that their position was being moved to Laos, Cambodia, or Thailand.
I didn't read that myself now. I'm reading the comments in the chat room. Interesting enough, Flavoured, you removed your message. But it didn't mean that you can't have an opinion. I just sort of said we don't really know, do we? Okay, so let's have a look. April, let's have a look.
In April, the Support Office of the Bali Process, an international human trafficking forum co-chaired by the governments of Indonesia and Australia, encompassing more than 50 member states, including the UAE, named the Gulf state as a host nation for scam operators in a policy brief.
Yeah, I'm not listening to this. I'm letting you guys listen to it. The person that actually shared this article with me originally is actually in the chat room. So, yes, it's a brilliant article, and I'm glad you're glad I'm sharing it. So it's good enough.
Jason Tower, The Myanmar country director for the United States Institute of Peace and a leading researcher on Southeast Asia's scam industry, said listings for well-paid IT space jobs in Dubai began appearing in 2020. Though he said it's unclear to what extent pig butchering scams are actually done in Dubai, there's now ample evidence the city is used by scam syndicates as a transit point for trafficked labour.
Actually, the pig butchering scams is the video that I was trying to blurt out before, and I presume the person that's in the chat room is the person that also gave me that video to watch. Now, I don't know if I should do this live, but I'm going to because I can't help myself. I'll get the right video. Oops, hold up. I just want to see if I can find the video that I watched. So I'll try to put... Yeah, this is it here, actually. It was done by the BBC. And that is the video that you want to watch. And it talks about pig butchering romance scams. And this, I'll just see if I can bring it up. I don't want to play it. The video making, okay. All right, so yeah, this is the video I started watching last night. I only got about a few minutes into it. But it talks about the underworld of these countries that these people are living in. And they share their experience. And to be honest, I haven't really listened to the whole lot, but it's meant to be a brilliant video to listen to if you're trying to figure out what the bigger picture is potentially happening in Dubai. And in this article that we're going through at the moment, there's a picture soon of one of the offices that this guy took while he's working for these scam companies. And it's in the same place that Sam Lee, not the same building, but the same location that Sam Lee's been theoretically running his 8 offices or 8 buildings.
There are now a significant number of victims who reported being hired for a legitimate job in Dubai, only to later be told by the company that their position was being moved to Laos, Cambodia, or Thailand, Tower told Vice News. The unsuspecting victims agreed, only to be forced into cyber slavery on arrival.
That's incredible, isn't it? And now, who says that ShaveZ isn't one of those guys? We don't know, do we?
The Chinese embassy in the UAE issued a public warning about scam activity in Dubai as early as May 2021, a few months after a Chinese national was murdered in a sprawling, low-rent development on the suburban fringe known as International City.
Wow. So people are losing their lives because of scams. So, a lot of people say, I just play with these. You're actually feeding the scammers, aren't you? You're feeding the criminal networks behind these by having a wee play in these crypto opportunities. And you may not realize it, but you're affecting people's lives by engaging. And even if you might, Sam's coming out with VideoLook version 3 called VE Vend. And it's going to be free or $50, only $50. And you give it to Sam and he takes off of your money once again. You haven't learned?
The statement said the embassy had received calls from many Chinese citizens asking for help after being lured by recruiters promising free airfare and high-paying jobs online. Such travellers were soon forced into scamming, the embassy warned, by employers who confiscated passports and restricted their movements.
How about that? Now, Garrett was saying that some people live in Dubai for $2,000 a month. That's what they get paid, and they have all their accommodation. They get meal discounts and the like. So yeah, it's obviously a really happening thing. And from the Western world, we can't figure out how it actually happens because we live in a la-la world, don't we?
Their personal safety was seriously threatened and they could not leave the country normally and return home, the warning stated, adding the embassy was working with UAE police to increase the crackdown on related crimes.
Can't you wait until the UAE police start cracking down on these crimes and start arresting people like Sam Lee and ShaveZ? I don't know where you are. Where are you, ShaveZ? We want to find you. Where are you?
Tower said Chinese language media has reported since 2021 on such international fraud cases stemming from Dubai. There are also reports that following Thailand's crackdown on the presence of China-affiliated criminal syndicates since late 2022 that a growing number of these syndicates have relocated to Dubai, he said.
Wow. Just, I haven't actually listened to all this article, I'll be honest, but what I'm listening to here, it's just criminal network, criminal network, criminal network. And do we really think that Sam Lee is a billionaire and he's gone over there and he's got thousands of staff and he's decided to lease 8 buildings and he drives around in a Rolls Royce and he's oozing with money? Hasn't that story that he literally told us 2 weeks ago, hasn't that changed a lot recently? And if he isn't the owner or the person that leases these buildings, and he isn't the person that has thousands of staff working for him, then who is? So it would make sense that Sam, who went and stole $50 million from Australians, decided to go to Dubai and hide for 8 months and then popped up as this wealthy guy who theoretically is just oozing success. Now I haven't done it, but I've got a lot of, one of the mistresses that actually was dating Sam, even after he was married, has actually given me a whole lot of articles of Sam when he was from about 2019 right up to 2001 when he was building up Blockchain Global, the company that he took off with $50 million. Find it on the internet. And she's been providing us information showing us that Sam actually had a pretty legitimate opportunity to be a good guy, and he's gone rogue. And Sam's probably in shock or got a mental disorder where he doesn't know, he's obviously been squeezed. If you listen to my video with Garrett was actually saying that one of the business partners who owns, I think it was Peter or Max, who owned the 25% of the business that Sam theoretically owns that produces all the software, he got 6 guys to be there as thugs and told Sam to pull his socks up or these guys were going to come after him. So Sam could literally be living in fear every day. He hasn't got a passport. He's trapped in Dubai. He tried to do these cash grabs. Who knows if it was Sam who was doing the cash grabs or that was just the story he was told. Who knows how much money really is, is really up for grabs here. It could be billions. We don't know. This could be just all circus performance. And these guys are puppets. And the bigger organization, the Chinese mafia, and they're, literally what's happened to these people who have gone over there. I'm not sure I've done this paragraph. Sorry if I have.
Police in Dubai did not respond to comment by press time. Law enforcement in the capital Abu Dhabi did not respond to requests for comment, nor did the UN Office of Drugs and Crime representative for the Arab Gulf region. UNODC's Southeast Asia office, which tracks scam activity in its own area, said it couldn't comment on Dubai.
All right, so this photo is quite significant, really. Have a listen to this.
Views from an office complex sent by HR Han to a Vice News reporter. The recruiter said the office, supposedly in the Dubai Investments Park, is used by a scam company.
Wonder if it's Sam's office. Wouldn't that be a hoot? My point of that one there is if that's your view and you're looking out the window and you're looking at my YouTube and you're in my... please reach out to me. I'd love to see some photos of your offices if you're trapped in Dubai. Send them through to me, deheck.com, or email them to danny@deheck.com. Or you can basically go to the top of this YouTube channel and find my Telegram group, and you can go in there. We've got around about 500 Avengers who are out there, like me, gathering information so that we can stop these criminals. So let's carry on reading. So that's the view that somebody's trapped in Dubai working for Chinese scammers, and it could be Sam who took the photo. Who knows? Bye.
Why September 2021, some 4 months after the Chinese embassy's warning, Lin said he was pulling scams in a multi-story office building in the Dubai Investments Park, a large, mixed-use development near the city's desert edge. He estimated his company had about 200 employees, all but a handful of whom were Chinese.
Wow, isn't that amazing? That just blows me away, actually. Sam can't remember which lie he's told anymore. No, I think he's in a real bad way. That's why the story keeps changing. Yep, that's right. He's a liar, pants on fire, and he's got a big long nose. I do feel sorry for Sam, though, because I've destroyed his marriage. Silly me. I told his wife that he's got 3 mistresses, and she didn't know that he's also got 2 sons. Or 2 babies. I got a photo of the baby the other day, and I got a photo of Anne's passport as well. And people are going, why are you showing this stuff? Because, do these people not know that their husbands are actually running scams? I think they do. Just saying. Come on, read it. Computer's been naughty. Read it.
Known locally as Dip, Lin said he stayed in a shabby dorm a few minutes' walk from his office, which he believed housed as many as 8 different scam companies. The one that Lin worked for specialized in online gambling fraud, reaching out to people directly through the Chinese social media WeChat and enticing them to try their luck. In the beginning, you could earn some money, small amounts, so you'd put more money in, Lin recalled, but once they think you've put all your money in, they would freeze the account, so you could not get the money back.
Oh, Jesus. I'll just do this paragraph. I'm going to show you something about Jan Gregory. I don't know if you know him, but I'll show you something in a minute.
In the 4 months he was with this organization, Lin claimed it was stealing between 20-30 million Chinese yuan, $2.89 to 4.3 million per month through scams.
Wow.
Other companies in the building at that time focused on different scams, he said, with some recruiting English speakers to hit marks in the US and Europe.
Flavored, I didn't see your message and you've deleted it already. But I'll look back in the video and I'll be able to see it. What I'm getting at here is I want to show you how it really works. Now, I follow quite a few scammers. I'm actually currently investigating. I'm going to show you. So if we go to ShaveZ here, I still would like to know his birth date because I know he's 27. So why don't I go down here and I'll just put 27. So any other information that you know about ShaveZ, by all means, 27, I'm trying to make that bold. Let me know. So I've got his phone number. If you can see his phone number there, you can see I've got his phone number, I've got his email theoretically, and I've got his name, and I've got 2 photos. That's all I've got on ShaveZ. But if I went to people of interest, you can see that I actually have, if I go down to here, these are currently all the people that I am investigating and gathering data on. And I think there's around about 90 odd people in there. And, you know, I just do deep dives. I'll see if I can got one in here. There's a lady called Kate. And she was in Dubai with Sam just 3 weeks ago. Now, Kate did a presentation to me. So I did a bit of research on Kate. We managed to find that she's a school teacher. I've actually emailed the school and told her that there's a lady working with school children who's actually a scammer and running Ponzi schemes, illegal Ponzi schemes. But I found out where she lives. I found her home address. I found out her sister, her mother, because she said that she got her family into hyperversion. She felt guilty and she's trying to trade their way out of it. I found that this lady was involved because she showed us her bookmarks while she was doing the recording. And this is the other scams that she's involved in.
Stable Group, Crypto Wallets, VidiLook, G999, Hyperfund, World Trader 365, Sea Wealth, Gold Rocks, Easy Shopping Cards, at V999, Carrot Bars, Freebay, Minabase and Liquidnet.
Alrighty, so that's the people I'm after. I've also got a list of people that haven't started doing deep dives into. And then these are all the Ponzi schemes that I've been ticked off with. And it's just rampant at the moment. So I'm a busy chap, as you can see. And I don't get paid by anyone to doing this. So if you want to help me out, buy me a coffee, or under the videos, you'll see a thanks button. And I appreciate the support you get. I'm actually trying to make a full-time living out of providing, collecting data that I can use to get these people off the street. I literally ring Kate just about every day and ask her how she sleeps at night. I also ring up Carl Miller. I'd love Yvonne Henry's phone number, so if you know it, please forward it to me. I want to ring her up. I have found her work number. She works in a ticketing office for a theatre, and I've rung them, but she won't return my call. So what I wanted to show you, because it is more interesting, so if you go to my YouTube channel, I've recently done a whole lot of YouTube shorts. And in the shorts, I have a bit of fun, because I get information from, so in here, I'll just make it a little bit bigger. You'll see that I'm just going to go through them because this one here is Jan Gregory. And when we were talking before, they talked about how they run multiple scams. He's currently in Asia and he reckons he's rolling with some of the big idiots who create these scams. He's looking for all the scam platforms that he's going to release to his community. And I'll show you that video in a second. So we've got Stephen McCullough, who's tried to sue me for $3.8 million and failed, and now has to pay $27,500 for my legal fees. We've got a great video there of Sam, who was drunk, just, and then we've got these people here, which were all endorsing We Are All Satoshi just in the last 7 days. So I spend a lot of time, and we've got the beautiful specimen here. This is Yvonne.
Hi everyone,
Hi,
this is
Yvonne.
Yvonne Henry
How are
from
you, love?
Australia. I just want
Australia?
to let you all know that I am definitely 100%.
Yeah, so she is a notorious scammer. But this Jan Gregory one is why I've got you here. So have a listen to this guy. This is what these scammers
Hey
do.
family, Baby Boy here in Asia. I'm on a 5-city crypto tour, meeting CEOs, meeting global leaders, meeting development teams. We've got new platforms coming to you guys for the fall season, moving into next year. We've got some of the best you guys have ever worked with or tried. We've got some really, really intelligent people. We've got software now that can't mess up, that nobody can stop, that nobody can mess with the withdrawals on you. The gains keep coming nonstop. Everything is solid now. So get ready. I've got something juicy for everybody coming down the pipeline. You guys are going to love this. I'm at the head office right now of one of the new platforms launching October 14th. I need all of the leaders with me. You guys have got to ramp up. Pay attention to this. We're going to make you rich. I mean, really rich. And all of the USDT is automatically dropped in your wallet. You don't ask anybody for nothing. Hey, family.
All right. So how do you think I feel when I see guys like that? So doing all these, that was in his private community, that video. But I mean, these guys are rampant and they're just producing scam after scam. And you guys who are feeding these scammers are just not helping. So I'm here to create awareness and I'm just going to stop them. I'm going to do the best I can. So I just think that guy's disgusting. He's I won't go into what he does, but I'm busting over 90 scammers at the moment as much as I can. And I really do value your comments and your support. And, you know, it's 12 o'clock at night and I'm doing a video. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, let's finish reading this article.
According to Lin, DIP was a place where criminal enterprises could blend in with the legitimate ones with few questions asked by authorities. The park is home to about 4,000 registered businesses and 100,000 people living within the economic park, a local development executive, who asked to go unnamed for fear of losing his livelihood, told Vice News. A long-term operator whose firm was based there, the executive said maybe 75,000 of those living in DIP were laborers from South Asia living in cheap housing.
Wow. It's just breathtaking. I listen to this and I think criminal networks run the world. Dubai, they seem to get away with it. And it's meant to be a haven for the rich. Well, haven for the scammers.
Across the UAE, almost 90% of residents are foreign nationals. Of these, the majority come from India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, often working grilling construction jobs in dangerous conditions and with rampant labour abuses to send remittances home. Against this backdrop of foreign labour, Chinese expats were able to find their niche, scammers included. In terms of mid-range areas, the Chinese population was substantial, the executive said of DIP. The park's management office did not respond to repeated requests for comment.
Boom.
In terms of mid-range areas, the Chinese population was substantial, the executive said of DIP. The park's management office did not respond to repeated requests for comment. When you arrive in Dubai, I will receive you personally.
Oh. Okay, it seemed like it repeated itself then. Sorry if it did, but we're getting there.
On the messaging app Telegram, Vice World News found in Dubai, and especially DIP, a burgeoning ecosystem of Chinese language expat groups in which ads for scam jobs freely circulated.
Yeah, Garrett said that people go missing in the desert, and then he told me make sure I take that out of the video that we recorded because he said he doesn't want to piss off the United Arabs. He could get killed himself. So isn't that you never know. I mean, I'm in New Zealand. I would like to go to Dubai, but I'm not sure now.
Almost all of these expat groups, the largest of which had more than 100,000 members, appeared to be either frequented or directly administered by human resources representatives of scam organizations. Most were distinguished with HR in their usernames. One recruiter, who went by HR Han, was advertising jobs in offices across Dubai, the Philippines and Cambodia's coastal scam hub of Sihanoukville. A Vice News reporter told the recruiter they were a scammer seeking work, adding that they were in China and wanted to go to Dubai.
Wow. I tell you what, going to Cambodia, I got on a sleeper bus overnight and I never slept because it was so bumpy. But the you know, like literally your life is in danger. I've been to Bangladesh, I've been to Cambodia, and I've been to Thailand quite a few times, but Bangladesh and Cambodia are very much the same. But yeah, it's just amazing, really.
But yeah, you can sort of see, well, I can't sort of see, I can see it happening, and they just get away with it. China is the one that's doing all this.
HR Han said they represented a group that maintained 9 scam companies in Dubai and 7 in Sihanoukville. While the Cambodian offices handled lottery scams, the recruiter said their offices in the UAE's DIP focused specifically on scams that target porn fans and baby mum fans, or new mothers seeking parenting products and advice.
Wow. Okay. Scam capital of the world is Dubai.
The representative offered a basic salary of 10,000 to 15,000 yuan, $1,450 to $2,180, with 1 day off every month.
Oh.
If a scammer could extract between 300,000 to 700,000 yuan, $43,600 to $101,700 from their marks in 1 month, HR Han said they would receive a 6% commission. Bigger hauls exceeding 3 million yuan, $435,190, they added, would bump the commission up to 13%.
Wow, this is great intel. What an awesome article. Thank you for sharing this with me. Yeah, so what I'm trying to get at is a criminal network. It seems to be behind what Sam Lee's doing.
The Chinese government often checks the people who go to Dubai or Cambodia, but we have a way to ensure that you can leave the country smoothly, as long as you have no previous criminal record, HR Han promised. When you arrive in Dubai, I will receive you personally.
Wow. Okay, so this one here is quite interesting. I'll just put this on a big browser. Hopefully you can see it, and I'll get my head out of it. But this is the advert that they advertised in China, I think. And you can sort of see what they're actually offering. I don't actually know what it's saying because I'm not Chinese. And that lady's looks really nice. That's nice. Airfares, I'll guess. Let's make it up. Here we go. Go to Dubai, live the life of Riley, overlook the majestic, and earn a lot of money, and also all flights paid and no experience necessary. Let's have a look. And that's an ad scraped. Okay, let's have a read of that.
An ad for scam jobs originally posted by the recruiter HR Han in several of Dubai's Chinese language Telegram groups.
Wow, look at that. All right, so let's go. We're nearly there, kids. And then I'll do this. I've got one other interesting article as well. We'll do these 2 paragraphs.
An active scammer claiming to be in a Dubai scam center, who went by the Telegram handle Sun, shared information about his life with a Vice News reporter who posed as a fellow fraudster hoping to move to the city from Sihanoukville. Messaging in Chinese, Sun said he lived and worked in DIP for a company that targeted quick-turn scams at the so-called porn fans. For this, he and his co-workers pretended to be women to chat up marks in the comments sections of racy videos, stroking their egos before bleeding them of money.
Wow, okay. Let's have a look at those 2 paragraphs. Thanks for listening to my video. Appreciate it.
We finished this up very quickly, Sun messaged. But it depends on our luck to close it out and get a commission. The boss of the scam company doesn't dare to take out the electric baton easily for fear of causing trouble for himself. Maybe a big one.
Yeah, I don't know. I presume this is all related to crypto. But, you think the credit card companies would have some way of actually stopping this happening. I mean, for example, if the credit card companies didn't allow people to purchase crypto using your credit card, because that's how I bought some, and I basically used my credit card to put it into Binance, and then I could use, if they just stopped doing that, wouldn't that cut down a lot of fraud? Why do credit card companies need to let you purchase crypto? It's a standalone currency of its own, isn't it? That's what I reckon. So if it's standalone, then, don't let people purchase it with real money. That's what I think. It's the same.
He claimed he was required to scam almost $145,000 every month, for which he received a commission of about $2,900. Sun also said Dubai-based scam companies tend to operate out of private villas or normal-looking offices, a far cry from heavily guarded compounds seen in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, so you're trapped in Dubai. You can't get past border control.
He'd only heard of one compound-style headquarters in the UAE, a place called Phoenix Park in the smaller emirate of Ras Al Khaimah about an hour's drive up the coast. The scam managers at Phoenix beat their workers, Sun had heard, but generally he thought the industry in Dubai was less violent than that of Southeast Asia. He scoffed when asked if police could be bribed to turn a blind eye to workplace abuse.
He scoffed.
Oh, yeah, interesting. All right, we're nearly there. I think we're nearly there. I'm saying that for a wee while now, but there's lots of information that's mind-blowing to me, so hopefully you're finding this interesting as well.
Do you know how much monthly salary the UAE police get? Do they still need scam companies to buy them? Off he wrote, saying that whoever hits you is your god of wealth, as they'll need to pay you hush money to avoid trouble with authorities. Anyone who dares to touch you is breaking the law here, Sun explained. The boss of the scam company doesn't dare to take out the electric baton easily for fear of causing trouble for himself. Maybe a big one.
Oh, I see. So that's interesting. So the Dubai police, the
Chinese Telegram groups were interconnected with dozens more catering to those seeking drugs, sex workers or money laundering services in the city. There were also a few places where scammers gathered to talk tough, swapping tales of their journeys through Southeast Asia. One of these latter groups, called Dubai Dip Communications Group,
迪拜
DIP,
交流群
even hosted open business negotiations between scam company HR representatives among its listed membership of about 7,000 users. Members haggled over the price per head of Vietnamese recruits, gave occasional advice to newcomers, and shared clips of people being tortured in what appeared to be Southeast Asian scam compounds.
Anyway, I'm glad you're listening to it. I'm interested.
Strive for making this group the largest group of human traffickers in DIP, wrote one user under the handle Collar on Ice. It's all for money, 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 responded another user named HRRK in what seemed like an ironic lamentation. Human traffickers are for money. Drug dealers are for money. It's all for money.
I got a money button. All right, we're up to here. It's all money. It's a sad world we live in. That's what I'm getting out of this.
The HR representatives who spoke with Vice News shared various details of their companies in Dubai, including salary information and information about their offices. One representative, who went by HR Helen on Telegram, said they represented a company in DIP with more than 100 workers running pig butchering, lottery gambling, and porn fans scams. They targeted both people in China and elsewhere, starting with phone messages and moving to calls. For international scams, they employed some non-Chinese people to handle the phone.
Wow. It's actually quite breathtaking. It's just human rights. I mean, it's just not fair.
There are online companies everywhere, in Dubai, they said, complaining that a reporter sounded more like a boss testing the waters than an earnest job seeker. There are more than tens of thousands of workers.
And there's a picture of a whole lot of people sleeping in the one room, and it's that trafficking victims are finally being freed from Cambodia. But the scam, I tell you what, going through the border between Thailand and Cambodia was the most unusual border. I've been through the Middle East as well, and gone from Turkey into Jordan and into Syria, and they were pretty hard case borders to go through, but Cambodia was probably the most amazing one, and it was quite nerve-wracking as well.
Besides DIP, 3 other parts of Dubai also featured prominently in these groups. There was International City, the scene of the 2021 murder, a center of Chinese life in Dubai. Expats there sometimes refer to the place as Dragon City due to a massive mall complex they're called Dragon Mart.
Dragon Mart. Ooh, people in Dubai will know what they say about that.
For more respectable quarters, some job listings directed people to the Silicon Oasis, a relatively well-to-do area home to local campuses of foreign universities. Other ads named the Dubai Multi-Commodities Centre, or DMCC, where glassy skyscrapers rise above what's billed as the city's largest free trade zone.
Sam took us for a walk through there, didn't he? Hey, my video. He showed us all the buildings that he leases for the Chinese mafia, perhaps, down Sam?
But with little information from the ground, the Gazo representative said Dubai is kind of a mystery to their organisation. While many of the scammers they speak with mention the UAE, Gazo gets far fewer calls for assistance there than Southeast Asia. The organisation believes this may be due partly to what appears to be the greater prevalence of people voluntarily going to work there, people seemingly like Scammer Sun.
Wow, this article is quite long, so I hope you're enjoying it.
The higher the volunteer rate, the lower rate of bad things there, the representative said. They currently have 3 cases of people in Dubai, all of whom went voluntarily to work in scams. who have reached out for help in freeing themselves from their companies when conditions became worse than they'd expected. While the scale of the scam industry there remains an emerging picture, Sun indicated that business is good and appears to be growing, at least in his office.
Wow, it's amazing. And it's like me, it's an emerging picture. The more I chase the Sam Lees and the Shavizes and all that sort of stuff, I literally get more and more information, and it's staggering. And the picture is actually getting more and more clearer every time I get another piece.
He spends about 12 hours a day on the job, and while staff formerly worked overtime, he said the company has since recruited more employees to pick up the slack. Now, there are more than 100 employees, with many having come recently, he said. Visas to come to Dubai are very easy to get.
Well, there you go. So that's an article. I will put the link of that article, if I have enough room, into the YouTube description. There's a photo of probably Sam's office. Somebody's trapped in there, no passport, can't leave. And back to the original thing, I'm just going to shut that window down now. Remember to check out my YouTube shorts. Have a hoot on there. I spend a lot of time putting those together. And there's where and also I have a community area. So if you go to the community area, when I release a new video like this one I'm doing at the moment, you'll be able to go in there and read about it. Now, the last one I did just last night was about Vera, and her story is a typical story I get in my inbox every day. So go to the community area and please do subscribe. I've done 562 videos. Not all of them are on scams. I originally started doing workshops to help people survive and thrive. I support myself by doing drop shipping, if you're wondering, and I've just got carried away with my YouTube channel, currently spending about 70 or 80 hours a week doing my YouTube channel. I love it. I love exposing these scammers, and I really value having you here listen to me, even in the live chat. I currently have about 17 odd people in here, which is really nice. So I really do appreciate the support, and I'm just trying to shuffle things around at the moment. Go have a look at Sam's wedding photos and read about his two mistresses. They didn't know about each other. I have now found he's got a third mistress, and she's been communicating with me and giving me quite a lot of information. So with that article, there was a little bit more. There was a Reddit article where someone who is actually one of those people that was in those article has posted a thread. I'm just going to read their paragraph.
I got interviewed on a company here in Dubai, Silicon Oasis, and shit's fucked up. There are many Chinese and Africans in that place smoking outside and some smoking inside the office. Mayo 12 hours duty and 1 day off per month, not per week, and the salary is low 3k monthly if I'm not mistaken. The visa is visit visa, and every time it's about to expire you need to renew exit it using your salary, Mayo. And they will even hold your passport so you will not go AWOL, as they said, face with tears of joy.
If you ever are travelling to third world countries, do what I do. You photocopy your passport about 5 or 6 times, and you put it on your money belt, because every time you go to a hotel, they want to put your passport in the safe. Don't ever do it. I basically hold up the photocopy right next to the passport, let them view it, and give them the photocopy. In fact, I did that in Egypt. Was it Egypt? Yeah, it was Egypt. Yeah. And I just remember, the extents I had to go to. Hey, look, what I'm saying is, as much as Shavis is in here and Shavis is pushing this down the throat, we looked at a couple of videos, didn't we? And we showed you these people in these videos all working together, literally trying to scam people. These guys have been serial promoters of Ponzi schemes. These people that are in here learning how to be affiliate marketers, they really don't know what they're doing. They don't know the arse end of a computer. Not saying I do, but you can tell that these guys are just brainwashed, gaslighted into thinking. So have a look at that. Do check out the articles about Sam and Shavis and Tammy. Tammy's in deep in this, and I'm sure that she will be brought in for questioning. We've already lost Brenda Chunder. She's gone AWOL. She was working with Sam at one stage, and now she's disappeared. No one knows where she is. Keith Williams, unfortunately, I did a video about him. He's actually got stage 4 cancer. He's just gone through a second belt of chemo. One of his best friends rang me up one night and told me that the video I was about to publish was incorrect, and he does have stage 4 cancer. I actually thought it was part of his exit strategy. So unfortunately, karma does catch up with these guys eventually. But he does live in a £3 million mansion, and he was throwing a 60th birthday bash, and all the money he made all come from Hyperverse. So these guys, the multi-level marketers, are the ones that get a lot of money. I don't believe Shavis is going to be getting anything more than what Garrett was getting, probably $5,000 a month.
We don't know whether ShaveZ is living in India. We don't know whether he's living in Dubai. We don't know anything about him. We didn't even know his last name until Danny got a takedown request for a video of me exposing him at his most vulnerable moment.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui.
ShaveZ Ahmed Siddiqui. I'm never going to get that one right. I've just learned how to say philanthropist. All right. So you can see that all these photos, if we look really closely in this one, there's actually a name on the door, and I can't get any closer than that. And I'm wondering where he is when he got that photo. Remember, ShaveZ told us that he had his own corporation at the age of 17. He also used to provide services to Marvel Studios. He also produced AI that everybody in the world uses. He developed it. That's what he said. And we've got quite a few other things that he did. So he was claiming that he's got his own tech team. He's only 27 years of age. And how did he get all his money? Because he created amazing AI packages. So if you want to follow We Are Satoshi, you go for it. You live in the dream. And you'll see lots of advertisements coming out enticing you to get involved quickly. You know, no time like the present, straight away. Hurry. They're sending out these silly little wee commercials telling you to hurry, part with your USDT. They're telling you that there's a leadership team, but they won't tell you who they are. Why won't they tell you who the leadership team is? Can you imagine Microsoft? I mean, I'm sure you could find out who the board members were of Microsoft or Coca-Cola if you wanted to. And these guys are just rampant at taking your money. And if, as we said, I showed you in that article, you know, they're probably all run by something like the Chinese mafia. And they're obviously had their passports removed and they're forced to run these scam companies. Scammers are rampant in Dubai. And I hope this information has been of use to you. I'm Danny DeHeck, and I'm AKA the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Got a whole page in the New York Times, which I'm obviously really proud about. They did an article telling the world about my quest to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I need your help. I need your information. Hopefully a box about now. Hold it. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. 1 hour 49 deheck.com is my website. Now, I currently having a denial server attack. It's been happening for 4 months because one of the scammers decided to try to do me for defamation for $3.8 million and he lost. I had overwhelming evidence that this guy was a scammer, and we produced a 217-page to a High Court judge here in New Zealand. He's American, I'm a New Zealander. He wouldn't put up security for costs because he was a coward. He claims he's also on the Forbes billionaire list, but he wouldn't put in $150,000 to pay my legal fees before when he lost, and it was a gag order. He got a scolding from the New Zealand High Court judge, and I'm really proud of that. You go through my videos, you'll find some interesting ones. This is a long form video. That's what I do. And if you want to know how to wrangle one of my videos, click the more button underneath this video and you'll see that I've put timestamps in. And I spend quite a bit of time doing that to make it more pleasurable for you when you're watching my videos. Now, the next video I do, at the moment, I'm getting a bit stale looking at these Zoom meetings with ShaveZ. Promoting him. And I really did want to have a good look at the background picture. There's ShaveZ. He's had some professional photos taken, and he's looking like a legend. Dubai's dark secret. Thriving Chinese rand scam empire. Who is ShaveZ? I can't say his name. Forced labor and human trafficking. Now, are you supporting the Chinese crime network by playing around on these Ponzi schemes? I'm a big advocate of actually having a product or a service, the opposite to what a Ponzi scheme is. I claim to people that you should have a product or service, because these Ponzi schemes don't have a product or service. And now they're telling you that they're going to do crypto mining, that you can mine on your phone and your laptop. We Global are coming back to Christchurch again, so I've heard. They've got a secret tour planned. Last time We Global came to Christchurch, we managed to get them flagged by the FMA, the financial regulators in New Zealand, and they decided Diego, the head moncho, held up the plane in Sydney where they were running their last events and got his bags off and flew back to Dubai with his tail between his legs. And now they have the audacity to come to Christchurch and try to scam people I know. Now, what they'll do this time, because they think we're not smart enough to know what they're doing, they will do a video hookup. So they'll have people set up a video and they'll have people run the event, but none of the organisers will actually be here. I can guarantee that's what their plan is. Anyway, my point is we are a small network of people fighting these Ponzi schemes. Obviously, we're taking on big organisations and they have more money than I do to defend myself. I was stuck with $8,500, I think, dollars worth of legal fees because I can't afford, I get legal aid, which is a loan from the government to pay my legal fees. Now, I got awarded $27,500, but my legal fees were actually $36,600. So I'm actually now have to pay $15 a week for the rest of my life, another 10 years to pay off the legal debts. But do I care? Not at all. What is my journey? Why do I do this? Well, you don't know me, but I was brought up in a religious cult. And those elders and those ministerial servants and those people used to gaslight me from the stage, telling me that I was going to live in a paradise earth with animals. And all the wicked people were going to be destroyed, and only the righteous were going to live in a paradise earth. Because I was brought up at a young age in that religion, that I believed what they said. Now I'm watching you people who haven't got any education, you don't know the arse end of a computer, are claiming that you're going to learn how to crypto mine and make money and become a billionaire. I have heard and watched Sam Lee and ShaveZ tell people they're all going to be billionaires if you just give your money to these scammers. Don't be pussyfooting around. Come with me. Be a Vangelati. I can't even say it. Vangelati. Don't know the name of it. Anyway, come after me. Name and shame these bastards. If you see people in these Zoom meetings, you give me their names and I will make sure that I name and shame these bastards. I don't like people who are taking your money. Do not listen to them. They are scammers. You will lose your money. There's no such thing as getting your money back from anyone who stole your money. Can you imagine a bank robber coming into a bank, stealing all the money, and then deciding that he's going to come back and give you your money back? That's what these guys are doing. They're saying that, so it helps with their exit strategy. Don't fall for it. I'm getting on my high horse. I've got to go. Thank you for watching my video. Sorry it's a long one. Use the timestamps and do provide a comment and also hit that thumbs up. It makes a huge difference. And also, if you could, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos come out. So thank you for watching. Have a great night. See you guys. Or have a great morning, evening. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's tiring. That's tiring. 18 people have been watching me on my live. That is so nice. So thank you so much for that. It's pretty awesome. 171 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm going to leave this going for a bit. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And the reason I'm going to do that is I'm going to actually edit this video and then I'm going to go to bed. And if you've got any comments, feel free to post them in here. I'll get rid of this mic. So now what I do with that video, first of all, I open up Final Cut Pro. Is there any, I don't know if you guys have been listening, but is there any questions that you had? Was there anything that I didn't make clear when I did that video? Or, yeah, I've got to keep that one open. Ponzi schemes. So that butcher video and the article, I've got to find that article now, don't I? I just shut it down. I wonder if I just go undo. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, did I shut that down? I have to go undo. Right, turn my camera off here. I think I didn't forget anything. Okay, reopen, close tab. Oh, I have to go all the way back. Oh, no, it was Vice, wasn't it? I'll just type in Vice. I just don't want to lose that article, Vice. There it is. All right, good. All right, so now I need to go into video look. I need to go into the main. Right, and I'm going to make that big size. 13 people. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you very much for being around. And that. Yeah, so now I'm going to add that video. Make that video. Actually, I might call it quits. I really do appreciate everyone hitting the thumbs up on my live. And I will probably, I'm a bit tired. And it's 12:30 now. And I'm going to spend the next hour editing. And then I'll let it render overnight. And then I will, what will I do? I'll get up out of bed about 7:30 and I'll upload it. And then I'll probably do a premiere. And then I will do the description and all the timestamps. And it'll be about 1 o'clock. And that will be 15 hours videoing.
And also, I do about 10 hours worth of thinking on how to actually put these videos together. But I think that's a good angle for ShaveZ, is that if he is in Dubai, is he trapped? And if he's in India, then he was in Dubai. And who's he working for? Is it the Chinese mafia? And is he working like in the article, we talked about how people go from India to Cambodia to Thailand and back to Dubai. So maybe he's in the criminal net. Maybe he's trapped in India in one of those offices. You never know. All right, guys, really appreciate it. Time to go to bed. Good luck with the editing. I will check it out. Good on you, mate. Really appreciate that, Vinny. And also, if you do click on Vinny's name, you can see he's got a playlist in there about Hyperverse. And if you literally go want to find out the origins, I think he went back to 2014, and the complete history of Sam Lee and Ryan Jew is in Vinny's YouTube. He did a deep dive. All right, mate. Thank you, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching, and I'll do that thing they do. All right, bye. Now I can listen to car chases. That's my new thing I do while I'm editing. American car chases. Absolutely love them. Saw a crash the other day, and this guy did a head-on crash with a policeman. He misjudged it at 120 miles an hour, I think it was. It was crazy. Anyway, see you guys.